Hi. So, can you guys hear me? We are back here. Can you hear me? Please let me know. Let me know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, please? Let me find the I'm fine. Let me look for. Can you hear me, please? Let me know. Just let me know if you can hear me, please. Somebody should type in the comment if you can hear me. Can someone let me know if you can hear me, please? Okay, okay. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Um, Okay, perfect. So I was saying I want to show you guys the chart. Let me look for it and put it up there. The chart I was just telling you about where he was referring to her as auntie, and I kind of found that a bit odd and strange. Like, why are you referring to him as auntie? And yeah, there's this other. Is it this one? Let me see. No, this is a video. What I'm looking for is a picture. I think they're trying to be slick. One of them probably wants privacy, and I think she wants them to be out in the public, but I don't know. It's just my guess. It's just my guess. Maybe he wants them to be private and she prefers because otherwise I don't know why she keeps um putting his picture out there now. I'm trying to see the yeah, this is the comments. Let me see. I'm gonna you guys are gonna see it right now. This is from his Snapchat, okay? You're gonna see it. This was posted on July 20th. I don't know, would your colleague be calling you auntie? And would you like your colleague to call you auntie? Don't you find that a bit odd? Well, I know when she and Dapper were always banting, they were saying he was talking about mommy and that. But then that whole mommy thing actually came from this movie. I just realized that it came from Bolaji's movie because it's actually a line in that movie where he called her mommy. Just a second. I'm trying to get I want to upload it so that these guys can see it. And this is very recent too. So this is during this whole and I'm gonna show you two things, okay? You guys are gonna see. Let me remove this from the stage. Remove from studio. I'm gonna put this up. Do you guys see that? Hold on. Hold on. I'm coming to you, Lynn. Do you guys see that? Can you guys see the comment in the Snapchat that was on July 20th. That was on July 20th that they posted that. Say, stop embarrassing me outside. Why is she embarrassed? He's out with his friends. Why would she be embarrassed? If nothing more is going on between them, why is she embarrassed? That's a question. That's my question for you guys. I think because um to me, and if you notice, it's around this period that she resumed this whole flower man story that we've been seeing again recently on her Snapchat. And then he goes, "Oh wow, you two anti so." And not only that, something that we all completely missed. Why I'm just giving you reasons why I think Flower Man is Prince. Then I'll come to you, Lynn. I'm gonna come to you. Uh, Let me look for the link. I need to find the link and send it to you. Link, so so you can come and explain yourself by yourself. Now for yeah, if during the whole AMVCS period, right? There was something that, and I'm one of those, I went on and on between she and Michael during that AMVCA period. Oh my God. I feel so, no, I'm not embarrassed. I really like these two together. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not the happiest person, but hey, this is life. We are adults, we are grown, so we need to know when to leave certain things and let them be. Okay. If things have died in natural, there's no point to flog it. And really, out of respect for a lot of this, I'm trying to be very mindful because of the way everything has played out. To me, there's a bit of humiliation. I'm not going to go too much about that. You can make of it what you want. I think a lot of this has been very humiliating, mostly on one side. And so I'm trying to be very respectful and mindful because it can be, when you've been through something really, really difficult, right? And people rehashing it over and over is when you're really trying to move on or forget that thing, to have this constant reminder cannot be a good feeling. But I'm just doing this today again just because, like I said, I want us to have closure. My bestie here told us that we needed closure, and I do agree because I left everything kind of like at a limbo, and I think you all deserve that respect, right? And also just to beg you, like, that if you really, really love them, whether together or separately, it's about time that everybody kind of moves on. Continue to support their work if you so wish. But this whole idea of going, especially into their live sessions and asking where is this person, where is that person, I just think we should let it rest. Okay, let's learn to read the room sometimes and let bygones be bygones. And I think it will actually help both of them. Right now, she's signaling Flower Man. So if you're her fan and you're interested in Flower Man, I think this is who Flower Man is. Maybe you can start asking her direct questions about Prince and see maybe she's going to answer one of these days. Because if you ask me, she really wants the world to know that Prince is Flower Man. Okay. So instead of just asking who is Flower Man, can you guys just ask her directly that who is Prince to you? Maybe she's going to answer that question and then we can all have closure. So I was saying that during the AMVCAs, while I was busy, um, Lynn, you make me laugh so much. Lynn, for now, because remember, my two pages are still up. Lynn, my two pages are still up. Lynn, my two pages are still up. You know what I said about those pages, right? As long as those pages are up, nothing is foolproof yet. We've just let misthink be for a while, and maybe, but for now, you know what, this is life. We have to get on with reality regardless. Within, you said maybe because they are not dating. Who is not dating who? Within, please. Sorry, I missed your question in the beginning, so um that's why I'm not sure what question I had asked and you were responding to. Maybe because they're not dating. Who? Oh, okay. You're referring to my. Okay, I understand you now. I understand what you mean. Maybe because he's calling her auntie because they are not dating. That's what you're saying within. Okay, I get that. I see that me, like I said several times, I say that I read between the lines a lot, and some people accuse me of reading too much details into certain things, and I get that. But I don't take a lot of the time. I don't take things at face value. Even when, if you notice, even when I was doing my analysis with Michael, it was always the same thing. I don't think I've really changed my strategy. I read between the lines. To some people, they can watch a clip and I would just pick maybe one or two things inside that clip. And that's why when everybody was, a lot of you, not you per se, I'm just saying that people, when I started saying that I believe that there is a problem, many people were in denial and they didn't want to hear that. They're like, oh, you're reading too much. Da, da, da. I said, no, there is a problem. I've read the pattern. There is an account that I follow, and this account, they have signaled a problem, and I believe it. But then they said, anyway, so I let it be. I said, hey, you know what? We can't always be right. So sometimes you humble yourself, you take a seat back, and you recalibrate. But during this whole time that I've taken a back seat and just decided to observe, it's all come back full circle. Many people are now saying that clearly there is a problem. When I made the post yesterday, the comment section, clearly a lot of you during this time also, you have all observed that there is a problem. So why are we in denial now? Okay, you say you don't understand me, or you don't understand Soso, that she's not dating Prince, they're just friends. Well, she never even said that she's dating Michael either. She's never ever agreed that she's dating anybody, to be honest. Um, I'm telling you that this is what I think. That Flower Man is Prince. That's my opinion. Okay, and you may agree or disagree, and that's totally fine. But I don't think I'm the only one who shares that opinion. If you go through the comments section right now, there are a lot of people that also think as I do. What facts did I get wrong? I've just put up her post. Okay, when I was talking, maybe on this particular session that I started, I didn't put up anything. I just only put this one up. But when I started, I've given you about two or three reasons why I narrowed Prince down. Okay, I'm just not. I'm and all of everything that I said came from her. They are factual. They are factual. In the fact that I laid out, I have given my conclusion or my opinion. But there's nothing I have said that is not factual. Those are her words right there. She posted a picture. If I remove this from the studio right now, yes, I know all of that. I'm saying that, see, Ufoma, he was, I gave that story at the beginning. He was out with his friends. Something happened to his phone. He's using an old Android phone or whatever. They're making fun of him because, his Android is, I guess, old school, right? Because with Gen Z, everybody is, as soon as there's an upgrade, everybody gets to the upgrade. And then of course there is this classism that exists in Nigeria for some reason. If you're not holding an iPhone, then okay, you're not hip enough or you don't have enough money. So we get all of that, but that was neither here nor there. The point is, she posted and said, why are you embarrassing me outside? Okay, like, and then even the shirt too. You understand? Like, to me, yes, they are just friends. Nobody said they are not friends. We are now saying, I am saying, anyways, that they are more than friends. Okay, that's my opinion. When I said they are more than, it is my opinion. No, it's not about factual. I have a right to my opinion. The facts have been laid out. I am giving you my opinion. Okay, that's fine. I'm not arguing with you. I'm giving you my opinion. I laid out what the facts are, and I'm saying I'm reading between the lines. I read between the lines of those facts, and I have arrived at the conclusion that Prince is Flower Man. Nothing to it. You can also see the same set of facts and arrive at a different conclusion. That's totally okay. You don't know for a fact that she is not dating him either. Do you know that for a fact? I don't have to be a family member, my dear. I do not have to be. Sorry, I'm not going to call you that, my dear, because that's a bit patronizing. I don't have to be a family member. I'm a grown adult who can take a set of data, analyze it, and arrive at certain conclusions. Okay? So it is what it is. I do not have to be a family member. You know, people who are married or who are dating, you're not family members to them. But how did you arrive at that conclusion? Because of the information that is out there or the information that they put out there. Ma'am, if you if you ever and I'm going to just say this and then I'll ignore any other comment that you bring up, okay? I said if you go at this entire channel, right? All the content on it has been about Soso and Dapa for now, okay? But I said I'm not a fan. I don't consider myself a fan page, which is why I can objectively criticize them when it's warranted, okay, and I can also praise them when it's warranted. I started this live today by actually praising their work. I praised their work. I did an analysis of their three movies, or a brief review rather, mostly the second movie, which I love. Okay, so on that respect, I think that I have done my bit. Now, if I decide to analyze other factors, if you have ever watched any of my videos or whatever it is, I said that I have been curious about the dynamics between Michael and Suso. I've never hidden that fact. I'm not interested in their dynamics with any other person, just the two of them. And I started a series on that, analyzing a set of data and making my own conclusions. Okay. I got to a point where I said that there was trouble in paradise, and I ended there, and I've not said anything for over a month. I come today to kind of conclude my series. While I've been in hiatus, I've been observing things, and this is what I am now saying, that these are my observations. I'm bringing it to those who have been following me. So I'm just giving them my opinions on the different data that I have seen out there in social media space to conclude my series. So don't tell me whether I should. I If you know how many times I watch these people's movies, you will not even say what you just said. Okay, so let that be there. And I said in my post that if you are a diehard Sodapa fan or whatever, this live stream may not be for you. I'm unapologetic about that. I'm not here to pander to a particular person. So if this is not sitting well with you, please, I think it's best if you just log out. Okay, thank you very much. That's fine, ma'am. If you know her, hey, by all means, this is my opinion. It's based on the information she put out there. Are you now disagreeing that she's been posting about Flower Man for the last couple of days or last couple of weeks? You're going to disagree on that. Has she not been talking about Flower Man? People have been commenting about marriage and this, and she's kicking and laughing about it. She has a post up where somebody is literally saying that, okay, maybe we should start accepting Flower Man. She says, do not accept him yet. What are all of those supposed to signal to all those who are adults, who can read between the lines? What is that supposed to signal? You're signaling that there is this person. Somebody literally asked her, who is Slama? She said, a man that likes her. And she's entertaining this man now. So what is that supposed to mean to the average person? What is that supposed to mean to the average person? You clearly, there's a man that likes you, and then repeatedly on your Snapchat you keep posting about this man that likes you. Tell us that he gave you a microwave, he bought you this, he bought you that. Oh, he's nice, he's this. What does that signal to the average person? It signals to me that I'm beginning to take a liking to this person. I like this person. And then if you go to her backstory, she even says that I have known this person since 2018. Is it beyond the realm of imagination that maybe these people have been dating? It's not beyond the realm of imagination. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that they are dating for a fact. I said it is my opinion, and it remains my opinion. Nothing can change that. Well, that may be fair, Fola. That's. I mean, she see anything is possible. Okay, whether she's not dating them, she's dating them. People have opinions, and these opinions are based on the content that she puts out. That's the funny thing. A lot of these opinions, It's not that people are just fabricating them. It is based on the content she puts out. So now when people have opinion on that content, it becomes a problem. Isn't that funny? She was on a live stream, a man is feeding her, and they are kicking and laughing. And when people have opinion on that, it becomes a problem. I don't understand you guys. Yes, she doesn't owe us an explanation. That's fine. We are giving our opinions based on her content. How about that? Please. I don't know why you're on this live. I said those who are diehard or they should, you should, anyway, I'm gonna ignore you. Let me continue. For you, who are you? Who is your comment referring to? Whom are you referring to in your comment? I'm not sure if you're talking to me or you're talking to someone else. She posts every other day. Why can't she tell her dear friends who Flower Man is so we can all rest? She has been disrespected. Okay, so you're referring to she's been disrespecting Michael for the longest time. Everybody should move on. Disrespecting Dapper. Did she come out straight to tell you people she's dating Dapper? Well, she hasn't said that, Folu. She hasn't said that. But and again, I will go back to this issue of content. When you're putting out content out there, people can interpret that content. Okay, and we can all have different interpretations of that content, which is clearly what is going on right now. If you're going to, like, right now, okay, let's even put Dapper on the side. Right now, the content in her Snapchat is Flower Man every other day. If people now have an opinion on that, it should not be a problem. If it's going to be a problem for her, don't put out the content, because once you put it out there, people are going to have interpretations of that content. She doesn't have to say I'm dating him or I'm not dating him. She doesn't have to outrightly say that. We can read between the lines. Doesn't mean that we get it wrong, we'll get it right. Maybe not. Doesn't mean we'll get it, yeah, maybe. But we are free to interpret it the way we want. I'm not sure what is bothering you people so much. Somebody must not say that I'm dating this person before it's valid. If two people are acting like a couple outside of their work, okay, because a lot of this is not even while they are on set. Even when they are on set, we can see the difference between when they are creating content for set and when they are just being themselves. And I can read that and say, hey, based on this is what I think. That's what we are doing here. Why not? Why won't she bring it out on social media, Madam Stella? Why won't she bring it out on? A lot of people date people and they bring it out on social media. What do you mean? There are many artists who date people, entertainers, non-entertainers. They date people and they put it out on social media. So her not putting it out on social media, I don't know what your point is, honestly. No, I'm not a fan, ma'am. A fan is somebody who loses their sense. I'm not a fan. I've made that very clear. If the word fan means fanatic, and that means that you're somebody, you lose your sense of reasoning. I'm not a fanatic, okay? I'm not a fan of no one. I'm an objective person, human being. I can like and appreciate somebody's work and support that person's work, but I'm not a fan of nobody. Okay? So I hope that is clear. And for everybody else, I'm not a fan. A fanatic is somebody who loses their sense of reasoning. And so they will go blindly supporting people regardless of what the people do. Nope, I don't do that. If I like what you're doing, I'll tell you I like it. If you do something that is wrong, I'll also tell you that what you're doing is wrong. And in the same breath, I can also support you, support the good things that you do, but also be able to retain and reserve the right to call you out when I see what you're doing is wrong. In my opinion, respectfully, that is. Okay? This is not a fan page. This is not a fan page, please. Do not mistake me for a fan. I'm not. Leave. Oh, Lynn, don't bother. I've been telling these people for a long time that I'm not a fan. They don't get it. Just I'm an analyst. I just analyze things, okay? And you don't have to like it, please. And I keep giving you guys warning. I say if you don't like what I'm doing, please don't get on here. I'm not here to look for views or none of that. That's not my style. If you are looking for somebody that will just idolize your favorite, okay, and feed off anything that they put into your mouth, hey, this is not the place for you. Respectfully, no, 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 no. That is why I said it is my opinion. It is my opinion. Can you understand the meaning of an opinion? It means it is mine. Some people may share the same opinion, some may not. I come to YouTube for fun, ma'am. I'm having fun. Why are you having a problem with me having fun on YouTube? I'm here to have fun. I'm here to share my thoughts, and that's it. My thoughts about different things, principally right now, is Michael and Soso. I haven't done that in a bit. I felt like, I needed to um, bring closure to something that I started. That's it. Yeah, I guess we are going to be butting heads going forward. In any case, we can agree to disagree, okay? You guys, if you are a diehard Soso fan or a diehard Michael fan, you will not like my commentary for the most part. I'm not sure what your point is. Most directors differ from set to set. Nobody is arguing that. Did we did we ever argue about that? I'm not sure why you said that. Can you just clarify? And I don't know what that has to do with the price of bread. We are just saying that her last social media content has been full of Flower Man. So she's signaling that either she likes Flower Man or she's dating. In fact, according to her, she's known Flower Man since 2018. He was there for her during a very difficult time in her life. Is it possible that after that, a friendship or some relationship grew out of that? It's very possible. What is there not to be possible? Is it possible that they just remain friends? Yeah. But according to her, Flower Man is a man that likes her. This is not me making it up. This is what she said. Does she also like Flower Man? Maybe yes, maybe no. But clearly, she's having a liking. Her fans said, maybe we should, Flower Man is very intentional. Maybe we should start accepting him. She said, oh, don't accept him yet. Those are all her words. See them on my post. I didn't post all of those things. She posted them. I just pulled them out from her Snapchat, and I'm analyzing them. Lynn, have you their latest live? It was after the shooting of his Angel and Her Secret. What about that? Within, can you can you expatiate on that, please? Let me see if it's something that I can um I can respond to. Within, if you don't mind, follow. I'm not sure what your beef is with me, honestly. You clearly don't like my opinion, but you keep coming here. I don't know why. This is not the first time. My first live stream, it was the same. And you still keep coming back. I don't understand. Why is that though? You clearly don't like my opinions for Lushade. So I'm curious, why do you keep coming back? Folu, why do you keep coming back if I may ask? Please, can you kindly answer that for me? Why will she address Michael as baby in public where the supposed prince is? I'm not what's your I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ufoma. I don't know what you mean. I'm not. Can you expatiate on your question? I'm not exactly sure what that question is supposed to mean. Oh, okay, okay. You're angry that we said the ship is there. Okay, but that's our opinion now. Nobody says people should not stop shipping. Oh, you understand? If people want to continue shipping, by all means, ship away. Everybody is free to do what they want to do. My what I said is, I said that do not antagonize them when you see them, because I've seen a few questions. Right, Michael is on live with another co-star or with a group of friends, and people kept asking where is so so. He, I mean, he did not respond either because he did not see the comments or he did not want to respond. Right, those are possible reasons. I don't know for sure. Same thing. So so is on live. People keep asking her where is Michael. In fact, at one point she was really like testy, and she said, "What do you people think? That do I live in the same house as these people? We only meet on set, and when after set, we go our separate ways." So clearly, she doesn't like the fact that people keep asking her that question. So I said that people should stop going. If you love them, support them. Don't go into their live stream and ask her about Michael. And don't go into Michael's live stream and ask her about Soso. That's what I said. Okay? That's what I said. So don't get it wrong. And I also said that if you love them together, support them. If you love them individually, support them. I said all of that. Within is here. She has been here from the very beginning. She would say exact. She will confirm that those are my words. I said, as far as I can see, the ship is is really not there. But if you people want to continue, that's fine. I cannot tell you what to do. This is my opinion. It doesn't change that if people continue want to see them together. I even went as far as saying that based on the recent performances, maybe producers will not call them again. But again, that is my opinion. Then my confusion is here. Why do Dapper and Soso pretend to be in love? Because the point the point of life is a movie. Okay, you said the movie because the point of live shoot when they did a live stream, we saw Soso spitting bones into Dapper's hands. Why do they confuse us? Rachel, that is a question that I asked, and it is a valid question, right? When they shot the point of life, they were not spitting bones in that this thing. That bone thing just happened when they were shooting the promo video for the Party Crashers. That happened, I think, in June. No, July. Sorry, July. That movie was released July 10th, and I think they shot that particular promo video on July 1st or so, if I'm not mistaken. So that is fairly recent, and it is a question that I also asked on on the last session. I said, why does she keep entertaining him when clearly she doesn't like the fact that people want to romantically associate them? And I left it at that because I am curious to know why she keeps doing that. So it's a fair question, but again, it that's my point that if you guys just love their craft, whether individually or separately, sorry, whether separately or together, just love it for what it is and stop the that was the my point of this whole shipping that at this point you can just let it rest because number one, it seems like you are antagonizing the parties, and number two, it becomes a bit embarrassing for those that are asking. So don't don't let the whole shipping thing get let it not be the core of why you like them, because again, what if, okay, what if there really is nothing going on, or even if there was something going on, that thing is finished? Are you now going to stop supporting them? Because if that's your stance, then it is best for you to come to that realization and accept it that okay, maybe nothing else is going on. Okay, Lynn is saying that there's a problem between them, and that's why the film outcome is what it is. But after shooting that film, she also had a live where she made a video call Michael, and the mood was good. Yeah, okay, within, I get your point, but let's put it this way, right? Let's put it this way. Two people, let's say two people, let's assume, okay, right now we are assuming. Let's assume that two people had something going on, okay, whether it was an established relationship or not. But let's just assume for the purpose of this conversation that something more was going on between those two people, or even between two normal individuals, and then these two people happen to work together. There could be moments during that time when they disagree. And if you are somebody that does not know how to, um, let's say, like, really hide your emotions, that could flow into your work. Do you understand within? Let's say if I, let's assume, okay, now we are assuming, let's assume that Michael and Suso actually had something going on. And that during the time when they were filming, they were having maybe a disagreement or something, right? That could eventually flow into their work and affect the work. Now, after that particular work, let's say they mend things back again, right? Then if they come again and do some kind of content, you're going to see a different kind of dynamic. That's what Lynn is saying. I hope that makes it, that explanation makes it clear. I don't like people challenging me. I'm not sure what you mean by people challenging me. When I give my opinion and I say this is my opinion, and then you come and say I'm misleading people, I've clearly told you it's my opinion. I don't know what you want me to say. When I give my opinion, an opinion is just that. It's my opinion. You don't come back and now tell me that I'm misleading people. I'm misleading you for giving you an opinion. Opinions are just that. They are people's personal opinions. That's not in any way misleading anybody. That's what I'm doing for Lucia. They please. I'm not. People have challenged me. Lean over there. She was one of the first people to point out what's his name, Prince, in this whole dynamics. And I was like, no, no, no. I shut it down. But I'm here walking back that opinion, and I gave her flowers. I said, you've been right all along, as far as I'm concerned. You called it out from the beginning. If I was somebody who did not like challenges, I wouldn't be so humble and say, hey, you got it right. I think you got it right, and I got it wrong. It's just how you're phrasing it, and probably also misunderstanding what I'm saying. When I tell you that this is an opinion, it means it is just my opinion. I don't know how my opinion can mislead you when I've categorically stated that it is an opinion. The people involved are people that can come out to say no. This shipping things, not definitely me. I'm not sure if I'm understanding your that statement, Ufoma, but I was one of those people, and there are people here that will bear me witness, where I said I am not into, I'm not into like when you clearly know that people ship you, and I'm speaking like the artists themselves, right? So for instance, Dapa, Soso, or any other person, right? It's normal. We also have, like, we had the case of Sonia and Maurice, and that all this, and I hear it, mostly Bibi Niger and all those things. When that thing happens, I feel like there is a shared responsibility. The shippers are just that they are people who support you and they like you together. They feel like, okay, these two people can make a good couple in reality. Because let's not forget, these people entertain us, they create make believe. The films and all of that, some of them may be based on true stories, but at the end of the day, it's not necessarily their life story. And a lot of people key into that because it creates an alternate reality for them that they like. Now, if you give this perception and they like this perception, they like the fact that, oh, these two people actually can actually be together. I can see them as a couple. I like the way they flow as a couple, like, whatever the reason may be. If the two people in question we are just talking about just ended their job in that movie and went home and packed their bags and we did not hear anything else from them, no problem. What you're saying is fine. But this is not the case here. These same two people outside of work or in a setting that is not necessarily, let me not say work related, because with Dapper and Soso, clearly it's always been, each of their live stream has always been inside of work. But then the dynamics between them is very suggestive. Two colleagues that are working together, okay, if it is not a set where they are actually rehearsing their role and you find those two people feeding each other, you're going to read meaning into it. When they do that, the shippers that saw them in a movie, yes, that was a movie, but now they are seeing the two of them actually acting like a real life couple when it was not necessary for them to do that. Okay, it would signal to the shippers that, oh, okay, something else is going on. This is not just something that is happening on the screen. This is not just a script that was written and they are acting it out. This is actually their real life. Now, if they don't want that, they should not do it. And to make matters worse, these people who like that, let's say that dynamics between these two people, these people come together, they put money for you guys, send you gifts, you accept them. What are you signaling to those shippers? You're signaling to them that, oh, what we think is happening between the two of you is actually happening between the two of you. You cannot fuel that narrative and then come back and say, oh, but we are just working together. No, 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 no. You're not just working. You understand that these shippers like to see you together in a context that is not work related. They give you gifts based on that. You accept them. And then tomorrow, when they now say they are now disappointed that, oh, so you people have been fooling us, you're going to just blame the shippers. You don't share any kind of responsibility. I think they share some responsibility. If you don't want them to ship you, those people who like you outside of work and want to see you outside of work in real life, do not pander to them and do not open more room for them to believe that. That's my point. So they cannot, on the one hand, be accepting these gifts and fueling this narrative, and then on the other hand, when things don't work out or when the people they think that they got it wrong, they now get angry at those people. The best way to shut it down is not to even do it at all. Nobody is misleading me. Why is this person so angry? I'm not understanding you. Okay, let's rest. Let's agree to disagree. Okay, I don't see how when Dapper and Soso were or no, let me not say Dapper and Soso, when Dapper was feeling Soso with and she was speaking both, how that was entertainment. I don't know how that is entertainment. How is that entertainment? That was not part of their script. They didn't have to do that. That was them just being them. Was that in any part of their script? And that is the friendship and relationship that people are interpreting, ma'am. That is that. So you come back to my point. They can have friendship and relationship outside of work, which is perfectly fine, and that is and it is the extent of the friendship and relationship that we are now addressing. So you've come back to make my point. Thank you. I agree with you on that one as well. Now we are we are finding common ground. Being cast back to back, people are tired anyways. Personally, I think that Michael is beyond just what is it called, the girl meets boy, girl, sorry, yeah, girl meets boy, boy meets girl, romantic roles, and that is not just even with, like, I think that he's just beyond that. I am personally, I want to see him do a bit more drama, but again, it depends on the scripts that he gets, right? So I'm not in any way faulting him. I'm just saying that I would like for him to do more because I know he does a lot more. It's her opinion, ma'am. I think if what's it Ufoma, you were not here on the when I started, or maybe you were not just commenting. I actually said that a lot of the problem with party crashes had to do with the direction. It doesn't mean that the artists themselves do not have any fault, because we cannot just blame one party. We have to look at the entirety, right? The script itself was weak, if you ask me. The directing also has some problems. The acting too also has some problems. So if she signals one, it doesn't mean that the other also is not true. If you ask me, I think much of it had to do with the script and the directing, but there is also room for improvement on the acting. We cannot say just because you like somebody that there is no room for them to improve. There is a lot more that she could have done better, and that will not be you not being her supporter. That will be you being objective so that she can do better in her next role. When you really like people, it's good to tell them the truth. Okay, it's not good to just say, oh, it was the director. Yeah, maybe the director has his fault. You point out the director's fault, but also if the actor did something that could have been done better, you should also point it out. That is also to help them to grow. Nothing wrong with that. That's being objective. Nobody is just blaming the actors. Like I said, if you were in the beginning, you would have heard me even say that for me, a lot of it had to do with um for party crashers. Yeah, I don't think people are. I don't think people are expecting deep kisses as romance. To be honest, I don't. I don't really think. A lot of people are fine with people just having lip pecks. A lot of people are actually fed up with the whole romance thing and the over kissing. But what they are also saying is, if you are going to do a kiss, make it look believable. How about that? Don't just clench your teeth. That's not, you understand? If you are going to give us just a lip peck as a kiss, okay, that's fine. It's normal. That's part of it. But if you want to go, if the script is written as that, okay, we want it a little bit deeper, then somebody is clenching their teeth, okay, we are going to criticize that because there's a better way of doing that to make it believable, not clenching your teeth. But generally speaking, I think people are not even into this whole romance trope anymore. People have moved on from that. Though they'll probably love to see less of that. That's why movies without a lot of this kissing actually are getting more views. It's telling you that romance is never ever going to end as a type of, you know, film, right? That genre is never going to end. But people, even in romance, they want to see a little bit more, like what Bolaji did, right? That whole story, Bolaji's story, is beautifully written and beautifully executed. Because why? The romance is you have a dash of it here and there, sprinkled here and there, you know, but the core, the real thing is the story itself and the direction. Oh, the director did so good in that one as well. I have to give kudos to great Val Edoche. I forgot to shout him out. He did such a great job. And I didn't know he was an actor. He's also a very good actor. So we can we can we can we can like people and support them and still be truthful. Please, if we criticize one part, is that's not you not supporting the person. Otherwise, the person will not know where to improve. You people should stop this thing where you're always idolizing, adulating people. You think that you always only have to give positive reviews. It's not right. You're not helping the people you think you love or you're supporting. If you see that there was some part that they could improve, tell them. Yeah, within she is not, and that's absolutely right. Which now within, to your point, should she, okay, within, because if I've heard her say that she doesn't like to be touched by people that she's not familiar with. So that would actually normally now lead you to asking the question: should she even continue with the romance genre? Because with romance genre, people are going to touch you, and you're not familiar with these people, and If you're that kind of person, right, that you don't like to be touched, this is usually your normal reaction. Instinctively, you're going to recoil. Your body is going to recoil. That's just you because you just don't like to be touched. So if I already know that this is something that is inherent in me, why would I go into a genre where I need to be frequently touched? She might be in the wrong genre. She should probably consider doing a little bit more drama or comedy and things like that and come out of the romance genre because she's not going to be acting with people that like her. You know what? Like I mean that she likes in that manner. So she will not like them to touch her. And instinctively, it's not even that she wants to do that. It's just that her body is wired like that because I don't want to be touched by people I'm not familiar with. Immediately you touch me, I'm going to record. That's what happens to her. It just means she's not in the right place. She should find another place and go there. And if people are going to criticize that, there's nothing you guys can do about it. She already knows her limitations. Will you connect with more than one other with more than one at a time? I'm not sure what you mean by that. There are movies where if you've watched like American movies, right? There are movies where let's say, for instance, somebody who is playing a hooker, a call girl, like what she did, right? But there are typical movies where when people are playing like hookers, you see that in that particular movie, different men have to continually touch them, and they go a lot into details. I'm answering your question now, Ufoma. If you were to take a role like that, where numerous people have to continually touch on you, touch on you, touch on you, and if you're that person, you cannot make that statement that you just made that more than one person. No, if I take a role as a hooker, okay, and the script is written that I will have to lay down with, let's say, 10 men by the end of that movie, for me to convincingly act the role of that hooker, I have to allow those 10 different men to touch me in that movie. I cannot accept that role and then I only allow the ones that maybe I like or I'm comfortable with to touch me, and the ones that I don't like not to touch me. I shouldn't have. And if people now come and criticize you, hey, you did not do a good job, you cannot now say, oh, but will I allow more than one man to touch me? No. So why did you take a script where you knew that you were going to play a hooker that had to lay down or get down with 10 different men? Do you understand my point? And that's objective criticism. It's nothing personal. That's why we people always need feedback. It's the same thing that Folushadow was just challenging. He said, you don't like being challenged. I'm like, no. If people bring that up, it's not to down her. And I don't even know, this conversation has just gone sideways. Please, people should, when even at your job, right, when they are doing your performance review, they will ask you things like, what can you do better? Do you expect your manager to just praise you? Like, seriously? Your manager is going to tell you the things that you do well and the things that you don't do well and the places where you need improvement, and also tell you the things that you need, like the different skills that you need to do or you need to have, to improve and get better. That's what feedback is. Please, you guys should stop this. You guys should stop this. If you are, I don't know how old you are, Ufoma. I'm assuming that you're grown. I'm assuming actually that everybody on here is grown. But in a workplace, and this is our workplace, by the way. So we are actually reviewing. The difference is that unlike you and I, our jobs, right? And I really don't know what kind of job you do, but let's just say on the average, if you're working in the private sector, whatever, right? It is your manager that reviews your performance. Unfortunately for them, they have a craft where it is the public that reviews their performance. Do you get Ufoma? We as the public, because we are the consumers, we are the consumers of their product. So when we give feedback and then they not get angry, like we are reviewing their performance. We are the ones that act. Is the same thing like a restaurant. People who go, they are feeding the public, and people will write their reviews. Some people will say, "Oh, that food was crap." Another person will say, "Oh, it was good." Somebody will say, "I like this part. I like that there was salt. I think that maybe they should have added a little bit more of basil." You know, I would have preferred it with a bit of cheese. They'll even go as to the extent where they'll say, "You know what? They put feta cheese in on there, but maybe I would have preferred something like what is it? I would have preferred cottage cheese or something." People can get that detailed. It's called performance review. They're not only going to tell you, oh, everything was 10 on 10, 10 on 10. No, 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 please. That's not real life. And for them, unfortunately, they are in a sphere where it is the public that actually judges their performance. Now, when the public gives them their review, they cannot get angry. Please, ladies, let's this is an opportunity for all of us to learn, because I'll be I'll be disappointed if you're taking this same attitude to your workplace. To be honest, Ufoma, if you take this attitude that you're doing here to your workplace, you're doing yourself a disservice. When your manager will review your performance, they'll tell you, you did very well here and you didn't do well here, and this is what I think you can do to improve. If you need to take courses, for instance, like for me, one of the reasons when another reason which I've also um I explained when I started this whole series right at the very beginning. I said when people came down hard on her, when she acted Wheels of the Heart, I felt that it was so unfair. And I still believe that, right? To an extent, I still believe that. That does not mean that now I cannot start saying that, oh, the reason I believe that is because number one, they were comparing her to two people, because they were comparing her acting to Dapa's and to Ekama's. Please, I don't want to mention, because this is not about Ekama, but I have to call her now. I avoid her in all of my conversations for a reason. But I'm going to go there now. I felt like this was not fair. Number one, because both Dapa and Ekama have way more acting experience, and number two, which is even the more important one, they've both been to acting school. They have a background in theater. They have formal training, years and years of formal training. So you cannot compare the two. You understand? Even now, if I'm going to critique Dapa's acting with Soso's acting in any of the movies they shot together, I'm not going to use the same kind of scale. Do you understand? Because I'll be a lot harder on Dapa based on his years of experience and obviously his training than I will be on Soso, because she has not been to film school or acting school, and she just barely started. Okay, so when I was coming in to say, hey, you guys can. It's like comparing what is it? Wine, a wine that has been kept for 1 year versus wine that has been kept for 40 years, for instance. It's not the same. It's not the same taste, right? It's not the same taste. But again, that does not mean that people should just keep mum if they can tell, if they don't give her the feedback. All right. So let's be very clear on that. That when people give an objective criticism, it's not them hating, it's not them being too hard on her. I think that she's doing okay, but she can also do better. She can do better in these areas. And maybe one of the things is she's probably finding, or they are not putting her in a lane, where she might not really be great at, because of her own personal limitations, as in the fact that she doesn't like to be touched. That's something that she has said. And so maybe that is what is showing out in her acting. Because when you touch her, her body will normally react to that, and it will react in rejection. That's just her physical limitation. It's just something she should consider and say, hey, maybe truly, if I want to continue into acting, maybe romance is not really the genre I should focus on. There are many areas in acting. There are people who just do comedy, they don't go into all this kissing. They limit their roles to, but then again, it depends on the kind of roles that, or the kind of scripts that are available, and how much she wants to do these things. Lynn, Lynn, you're not having it today. Rachel, I'm reading these comments now. So she stopped working with Dapper. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so too. I think she. I mean, for me, generally, right? If romance, if she doesn't like to be touched, which is what she has said, then I don't think romance is her lane. You get not just Dapper, but just any maybe romantic scripts, especially the ones that they really go deep into all the touching. Because you still have some romance, but it's all very surface level, surface level. You just end at maybe a peck on the lip and things like that. But the ones that really, really go a little bit deeper and where you have to maybe undress, I saw Bimbo recently, like I didn't watch the movie, but I saw that in one scene she only had like her bra, the back of you understand, like her top was kind of exposed. I have seen, and unfortunately in Nigeria they don't have like intimacy coaches or different ways that they can execute these scenes where a lot of people are not there. And even at that, even if people are there, people's comfort level differ, right? So I'm saying all of that to say she seems to have a problem with people touching her. And for me, that means that anything that has to do with deep romance and stuff like that, maybe it's not her lane. So, and that it will not just be limited to that, but it will be limit any other actor, right? That she doesn't want to be want the person to touch them like that, to touch her like that. She will stop working with him so that there will be peace. This criticism is not objective. You're attacking her person. See, I just said that even if she goes to work with another actor, as long as it's a deep romance role where they have to touch her and she has already said that she doesn't like being touched, she'll probably react in the same way. So it would still be the same criticism, whether it's Dapper or any other co-star. I don't know if you get my point. It's really not even about Michael like that per se. Exactly, within. And that is why a lot of people are surprised, right? And a lot of people are particularly hard on her now because they saw that she was more comfortable with him. So this time around, they are not seeing that. So why? So, and then this other group of people are saying, oh, no, it's because they had seen that there was a level of comfort between the two of them. And maybe they are not seeing that now. And that's why maybe the criticisms are a little bit harsher. But I wouldn't say that they are harsher per se. It's what we saw. The ship issue, I'm responding to Nyoma right now. Nyoma, the ship issue is probably it is an issue because let's not forget that there's another let me focus on because I don't know that people ship so with any other person, right? If you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. As far as I know, the only person that she's shipped with, at least in the acting scene, oh yes, there is also Clinton, I think, yeah. But she has not done too many movies with Clinton like that. So I guess in that sense, there is less pressure. There's no particular fan base that calls her, let's say, So Clinton or something like that, right? For now, it is really the Sodapa one. And unfortunately, there is a rival group that also likes Dapa with Ekama, right? And I think it went a little bit overboard. But then again, I will insist that every party shares a responsibility, including Soso and Dapa themselves, because they, in a sense, pander to these fan groups. And so when these things happen, they should be able to share some part of the responsibility. They cannot all attribute it to the fan base. If you're going to continue to feel, that people like you with this person outside of work context, they don't just like that, oh, you guys are working together and you make a great on-screen couple. No, they actually want you people to be a couple in real life. And they know that. So when you pander to them and then they now see you acting otherwise, it's almost like an issue of co-wives what is happening. Polygamy. It's like a polyamorous relationship at this point, and everybody is fighting to keep their man per se. If the man in question or the wives in question are playing both fields, when problem comes, they should share the blame. I'm going to stand on that until thy kingdom comes. They should not now come and now say, oh, it's you people are the problem, the fans are the problem. No, it's not just the fans that are the problem. They themselves are the problem sometimes. Okay, so I'm not gonna let that one fly like that. What gives you the I don't know if you're referring to me for my you're saying that I'm against her. I don't know if you think I'm against her. Have you ever watched any of my videos where I praise so? Please, Lynn, you know me better. And I think Within also. Within probably knows. Tell them how much I praise this girl. Please, you people should explain to them. I don't have words to explain. That I'm clearly against. How is what? Please, does anybody agree that my feedback has been destructive? If you guys agree, please, those of you who are watching me, I beg, let me know if I've given any feedback here that is destructive. If anything, I love these two people. You guys don't get it? You didn't get it yet that I actually love these two people? Look at me. I even when I don't have social media account apart from YouTube, right? And when I started doing the vlogging, Soso was doing that's when they were she was campaigning for the AMVCAs when they had nominated her. In my videos, every video I made during that period, I inserted her campaign clips there, and I've never done that, never. And this is somebody that I did not even know her character or anything like that, but I was already out there asking people to go vote for her. I wouldn't have done that if I hated her. I wouldn't have come out and say, "Hey, I feel like people were being unfairly harsh towards her when they were judging her comparing her acting to Dapa's and Ekama's." I wouldn't have done all of that. Okay, two things can be true at the same time. You can like somebody, support them, and also tell them that hey, right now you're going overboard or you're not doing well. Yeah, those two things are not mutually exclusive. Please. Rachel, I try my best to be peaceful, don't I? Do you mean Dapa? Why am I not talking about Dapa's work? Oh, I did speak about his work. I said the third movie I didn't care for it, and I went into criticizing. I said he was barely there. He just didn't even want to be there. Was that not criticism? Did I not? Was that not criticism enough for you? What else should I have said? I said he was barely there. That when I started the live stream, I said he was barely there in number three, in movie number three. You know, that was criticism. My question to you all is after all this analysis, these two people finally end up together. Oh my God, we'll be celebrating. Don't you get it? You see Lynn over there? Lynn over there will be so ready. We'll all be ready to go to Nigeria or wherever they want to go and celebrate with them. Are you kidding me? Informa, are you kidding me? Please send me an invite. You said you know her personally, Abby. Tell her that if she's getting married to Dapa, that she should invite me and Lynn, of course, because me and her will have to be there. Who is? We not just open that to talk about it. Something is not adding up. During the AMVCA event, there was a picture I saw at her manager's page where Soso was holding Rizapa and beside them there was Prince Ankananga. I'm with you on that one. Something is not adding up. Hopefully we'll know what it is. Rachel, why are they here? Before her birthday, everything seemed okay. Exactly. No, I don't think everything changed when. See, I'm reading like I'm not reading all of their comments. I'm kind of. I don't think everything changed when they started attacking her. I think things. I think things changed because see during Wheels of the Heart, I think she was actually attacked more. Honestly, because it after like the Sodapa fan page came up, she's had less. The real attacks were during Wheels of the Heart. Those people were vicious. My God, the comments towards Soso were so vile. I'm still cringing when I see some of those. I had the screenshots. I have all of them. So I don't think that I actually think the criticism lessened after and not before. So it's more or less, I guess, right now, I think you know, obviously it's not right for her to build her career around just one person, i.e., Dapa, especially if she's going to go into the romance genre because she just started, so she still doesn't have that leverage, right? Of saying, oh, okay, or unless you're really like partners that you've now decided that, oh, we are married, so we are not going to violate these terms or that, or even if you're not married but you're really just committed to one partner, because there are people like that. I always talk about, I always refer to Linda Ejiofor and Ibrahim Suleiman. I find them like, I don't want to use the word ideal because it's too idealistic again, but for lack of a better word, let me use that. That is a couple that I love to see on screen because I can generally just tell that these people respect their marriage, they respect their union, they respect whatever it is that they have going on together. You understand? They are almost always on the same set together in the same movies. They may not necessarily be. In fact, sometimes they're acting as they're never really even acting as lovers. Sometimes one of them just takes a supporting role. Okay, like in is it love? Is it Love in Lagos or Lagos Love? What's that movie called again? A Lagos love story. Ibrahim took like a basic supporting role, whereas Linda was, she was one of the. No, Ibrahim, I wouldn't even say he took a supporting role. He was just there in one scene, really one scene. So that's not a supporting. That's like a minor, minor, minor role. It's almost like saying that he was an extra. All right, but this is this is an actor. He's someone who has, you know, been acting in the game for a long time. He's got an extensive filmography. He's well respected, but he took pretty much like just an extra in a film where the wife was a supporting had a supporting role, right? I'm just saying that both of them, they are constantly working together. You might have one or two films where he may not be there or she may not be there, but even at that, you see that they don't go into kissing. Every scene, every movie, and anybody can correct me if I'm wrong. Every movie I've seen Linda in where she is in a romance, she's playing, let's say a couple or anything, she doesn't do lip kissing. Each time they go into anything that has to do with that, they'll cut the scene, right? As soon as they're about to, I mean, they just kind of introduce the idea that something possibly may happen, but you never ever see that on camera. Same with Ibrahim, right? So this is a couple that really they just understand each other and respect that about their craft. Now, again, that could also be because they have been in the game for a long time. Can Soso successfully do that? It depends. If she's very comfortable with the amount of money that she makes, there's some people who will say, you know what, I'd rather take, I don't know, 200,000 naira and not be in a kissing scene because I'm not comfortable with that. or in a nude scene because I'm not comfortable with that than say they will take 1,000, 1.5 million or 1 million naira and be in a kissing scene, even if they are not comfortable with that. So it all boils down to what she wants and what her value system is. There are some people who are okay saying that, you know what, I don't have to be on everybody's call list, right? I don't have to be the first name on the call list. I'm okay with just doing 2 or 3 films in a year. And after all, I have my other hustles that I'm doing that bring me income. So it all boils down to what she ends up wants in film. If she's trying to grow very fast, very big, even if she doesn't like certain things, she might take those things because she's trying to grow very fast. So, and in the bit of doing that, or in a bit of doing that, she might be getting a lot of criticism. So, Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me now? I think you should be able to hear me now. Sorry. Please just indicate if you can hear me. A call came through. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that if a call coming through will cut off the communication. I was just talking. I didn't even realize that you guys could not hear me. I'm really sorry. I apologize. Okay. Sorry. I was reading through the comments and I was just reading through Mary's comments. Numa, this thing goes both ways. The toxicity is from both fan bases. Clearly, yeah. Especially the last blowback. Oh my god. I don't even want to comment on that. I just want to forget that that thing never happened, unfortunately. Thank God I was in my haters then and I wasn't saying anything. I was just watching everything go down. Like, please girl, take that post down, take it down, take it down. Oh god. So now want to teach us how to grow in movie industry without that part. Blessing, what do you mean? Please don't make something about one person. That will be doing Soso a disservice. If you hinge her career only on that part, you'll be doing Soso a great disservice. Please don't say that. Nobody is indispensable in another person's life, okay? Um, we should give her some grace. I have been so gracious. Please, I'm even screaming right now just saying that. I have been so gracious. For her mental health, and lately people have obvious DT is not comfortable acting with. Who is DT? Is it that Dapper you're calling DT? Because I'm getting confused. Who is DT? Who is DT? You keep referring to DT. Can somebody tell me who DT is? Obviously, DT is not comfortable acting with Dapper, so she should just give herself a break and act with other. Oh, is DT supposed to be Sophia or somebody else? I don't understand. Soso doesn't need that part to grow. I mean, it isn't bad to have someone more experienced to help. Exactly, yeah. But it's not. However, she has to decide if she wants to make. Oh, Mary, thank you. You just said what we've been saying here, and some people are getting it, others are not. I speak nothing. Truth. I've never been wrong. No, you're never wrong, Lynn. You're never wrong. I like your forthrightness. You're so forthright. You're my spirit animal. Everything I've said has come to pass. Your faiths are not demigods. Calm down. Calm them out when they are okay. Call them out when they are misbehaving. It's called tough love. I believe in tough love too, my sis. She's not doing any harm to herself, but she will work with more prominent people, and the project will go viral. Thank you. Her success is not tied to that part. I hope that's not to me because I don't think I even responded to that. And again, Ufoma, please let's not get very cocky, okay? Let's not get cocky. Yes, her life, her career, or her life may not be tied to Dapper, but please, none of us here need to pretend that Dapper has not helped Soso in her career either. And for that, she would she would she has to be cognizant. I know she's cognizant because she has appreciated him. But don't get cocky. Nobody should get over their heads. It's clear to everybody, at least it's clear to me, anyways. Let me speak for myself, that he has helped her tremendously in her career. Because ask me why, especially in the last movie, Soso is playing rather lead to somebody like Debbie Felix. Debbie has been in the game. Debbie is a good actor, but Debbie is playing support. Well, maybe she chose to. There is that possibility. But if, let's say, it was just based on, I don't know whether they auditioned for the role or she was just on the she was one of the first on the call sheet because she was paired against someone like Dapper. That is already a boost to her. So please, even if everything else fails, you guys, please better recognize the role that Dapper has played, and she herself has recognized it. She has spoken of how he has stood up for her, you know, when she explained in her live stream that there were times, because we all know that she has these issues with her eyes, and when her eyes start to flare up and all, they start getting red, and she's not able to act, or she even said she would just cry on the whim once her eyes start. And she said if Dapper is on that thing, there's no way that they're not shutting down the set for that day and going home. Who else has done that for her? So please, let's not get it twisted. He has helped her tremendously. She's now getting lead roles. There are people who have been in the game for so long, they have not gotten that, and she's gotten those opportunities. If you ask me, because of that, if you ask me, I will tell you that the reason she played lead on Wheels of the Heart is because Dapper wanted her to play the lead. Nothing else anybody can convince me, unless Omoni will come and say otherwise. As far as I'm concerned, she played that role because of him. He asked for her to play that role. So what are we talking about? And I think that is her highest grossing movie right now on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. They're at 9.4 million views. So let's not downplay his role in her life, please. That's not right. That would be so disrespectful. Can she do without him in the future? Yeah, there's nobody that is indispensable. Nobody is a god in any other person's life. But when people help you and they help you to grow or cut, like take shortcuts, maybe her trajectory would not have been as fast if not for Dapper. And let's not get that twisted, please. Fans can be what's all this display of emotions. The ship is sailing beautiful. We just need to avoid children of anger. Entitled people like you. Oh God. Make a jump and pass that comment. Glad we all agree that she doesn't have to work with Dapper, and I don't think anybody is forcing her to. I believe she knows what to do. Everyone should face front and back. It was fun while it lasted, indeed. Okay, let me go to the now you're communicating. Have fun with whatsoever was there. Have fun with whatsoever material they give you. Guess what? The ship is going well. Well, I don't see any ship going well, but that's fine. And oh my God, yeah, I still hydrated all the time and with a shot of coffee too. Good night, Informer. Oh God, Informer. It, Nyoma, you keep talking about DT. I keep asking who is DT. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing the that Bola. Oh my God, tell me about it, Lynn. I love that movie. I just watched it like twice already today. Party Crashers was off. I can't put my hands on it. I can put my hands on it, favor. What I think is the direction. Again, I've said this already. Children of anger. What I think happened is I don't think the directing was that great. I don't think the story was that great either. Then of course I think Soso pulled back a lot. Dapper tried to compensate, but it just wasn't working for some of the scenes. And maybe it wouldn't have been so obvious if they had not made the romance the focus of the story, right? If they had probably done the Bonnie and Clyde thing that some of us were speculating on, it probably would have helped. But after the whole, I think after they met, that was it. They now started doing, and then the funny thing is, some of the things were not even logical, to be honest. Like the script, when I say the script was not scripting, it really wasn't scripting, and then the costume too. Oh, I don't, let me not even talk about that costume. Let me just leave it there. But just know that I had a problem with the costume. It did not make sense that these people, these elites, right, the costume that they are wearing did not even begin to represent the the money that they were calling, the amount of money that they were calling. Um, it did not reflect their status, right? So I think they also, and then the age of the people, they didn't really look the role, especially that scene where they were at the auction. It just, not the auction, well, they were bidding. Yeah, I guess it's an auction. Yeah, they didn't, most of the, I mean, like all the actors, they never really like looked their role. So I think it's more of the script that was very weak. If they had done more of the crime part of it, explore that scamming aspect more, and less of, you know, them talking, and then like also She was at her friend's place, but throughout they supposedly dated for 3 months, right? But not once did we see them in Dapa's home. Like, what is it that he was telling? Yes, the first time he took her out um to the eatery, the suya place, and he made up this. Well, I don't know if he made it up or it was a true story. It's not very clear whether he made up that story about his parents always bringing him there. Um, but after that, what else did he say? How else were they meeting? It only seemed like they were meeting. So what excuses was he using for not taking her to his place? They didn't explore that aspect, and that's what made it kind of weak. Because if they were not exploring their romance and really going more towards the crime, maybe it would have made a lot. The story would have been, like stronger and then properly executed. Tell them that part play the Lynn, I'll always tell them the truth, right? I'm forthright like that. I don't like when people try to downplay somebody's importance. It's not right. It's not right at all. And again, I need to put this out there. All these people gassing so up and making it seem like if you in any way give her some kind of objective criticism that you are hating her, you're coming for her, you're only going to create a monster. Hopefully she doesn't get like that, but you know how, you know you things can really get into your head. There's a thin line between humility and pride. When people gas you up too much, the truth is you only hear that. You don't want to hear the other part. And then you can easily become very, very proud. And you know what they say, pride goes before a fall. Unfortunately, they find themselves again in an industry where their consumers are the public. The same public that makes you is the same public that can break you. So they need to be careful. I will say this to any one of them. The same people hailing you today are the same people who will come for you tomorrow. And when they come for you, you see, and the funny thing is because her life is so much, her life is content. This same content is what people are archiving. A lot of those things, they'll use it against her. So please, she had better be mindful. And we saying that it's not us being spiteful or anything like that. It's really, because we've seen it played over and over and over again, especially in the West. There are things that she has done personally. I think if she was in the West, they would have already cancelled her. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, and you might be absolutely right. Some people come into your life for a reason. Some people come into your life for a season. They say, is his season over in her life? Maybe, you know. But if his season is over, that doesn't mean that they should go about disrespecting him or his role, and now say, oh, she can do all bad by herself. Sure, maybe temporarily, but then again, they say don't bite the hand that feeds you. Yeah, the time is now. The toxicity is too much. Nobody is saying that she shouldn't move on, Yoma. I don't think that anybody is saying that. I think everybody is agreeing at this point that maybe it's best for them. Personally, I think the public is even just tired of this, the same romantic pairings, right? So even if you go by that, just for commercial reasons, actually, if you put everything aside, commercially speaking, right, it's not good business anymore at this point. So for business reasons, it's best that they take a break. Only from that perspective alone, we don't even have to go into the personal issues. That on its own is enough reason. People are tired. If there was a ship or potential for a ship, something happened and it's no longer sailing or is currently at the dock. It's currently- There's no ship. They're just cordial at this point, which is okay. We, her fans, are still with her. Oh, Nyoma, I see you're a fan of her. Nyoma, I just explained that I hate that word fan. I don't know. I just don't like using that word. Fanatic fans means you're a fanatic, right? And a fanatic means that you lose your sense of objectivity. Do you really want to be using that word to refer to yourself as someone who loses their sense of objectivity? I don't know that if you want to use that. Nyoma, you're too emotional. I don't think we need the cheap things now. Yes, there was a ship. I want to believe that, judging from their BTS and the off-screen moment, but things fell apart at some point, sadly. Mary Ann says, I doubt there was ever a ship. Mary Ann, I disagree. I think there was in fact, there was a yacht. What about that? It was not only a ship, we had a whole yacht to ourselves. We did not just have a ship, oh. We had a whole yacht to ourselves, sailing, going all the way to the Bahamas. Mm? In fact, they were going to Saint Pierre and Miquelon. That's where they were headed. There was nothing. It was Dapper. Imagine. Don't mind Mary Ann. Don't mind Mary Ann Lynn. Don't mind her. The lifespan of an actor's career is very short. Watchers get tired easily. Yeah, you've always said that. Mary, I feel for so honestly. I don't want like all those toxic attacks. um Nyoma, this is another thing. Okay, let me say something about that also. In When you are an entertainer, be ready. Everybody is not gonna like you, regardless of what we say here, right? The reality is everybody is not gonna like you. There are some people who are always gonna be toxic. So there is no way that you can eliminate that aspect of her job. Nyoma, I don't know if that makes sense. She will just have to learn how to manage them like every other person. It's like it's the same for you in your real life, right? Not everybody likes you, so you have to find ways of managing them. So toxicity and toxic attacks is nothing that is going to go away. Can we ask for people to be kinder, be more empathetic, be more understanding? For sure. But if you're thinking that this is all going to go away, please, it's never going to go away. Yep, I believe you, Lynn. He was invested. There was something happened at most. They are just cordial now. Okay, Nyoma, you feel for Soso. What is, I don't think, like, I don't even think that Soso is hurting. If I go by her Snapchat, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but if I go by her recent Snapchat, she doesn't seem like she's hurting to me. She seems like she's in a really good place. You know, she's constantly telling us about her flower man and the things that he's buying for her. So clearly she's happy. I don't see her as hurting in any way at all right now, anyways. From what I can see on the Snapchat, though, unless you have some other like insider knowledge that she's hurting, but not from what I'm seeing on her Snap. She seems to be very okay. What I know, so Dapper ship will collapse because trust me, we are not going to see Dapper and Soso again unless the ship will be promoting the movies. But anything apart from that, we won't see them. So Dapper ship will collapse because trust me, we are not going to see Dapper and Soso again unless the ship will only be promoting their movies. Yeah, even at that, I don't know if they are going to be doing any. Like I said, there's fan fatigue already, so that alone for the producers, right? They themselves, without anybody even telling them, they might just take a break on the two of them. The problem with you is that you're not able to do Oh my God, Mary, you you guys, you and Lynn today, you're making me laugh. You're not able to differentiate between these people that love Soso but won't don't want her criticized at all. How will she learn? Help me ask them. Oh God, favor. I'm glad you said that. I thought I was the only one. I'm like, do you guys realize what that word means, or you just don't know what it is? Love you already, Mary. Mary Ann. Lynn, I knew you're going to vibe with Mary Ann. You all think alike. See, Nyoma, let me come to you, please. Nyoma, I have been sitting here for more than what now? Two, it's like 3 hours, right? About there, giving constructive criticism on this girl. And there were two people right there who kept telling me that I'm being hard on her. So when you say they are toxic, they are not, what do you mean? Because at this point, it's become very, very subjective and not objective. I am speaking and I'm saying that I'm being objective, but there are clearly people here taking it as me being very being very destructive. That my criticisms are not constructive. Whereas I think I'm speaking from a point of view of somebody who is thinking not just about her now, but her future, you know, because clearly I'm older than her for one, and I've seen things happen to people. I may not be in entertainment, I may not have the full details of everything. Granted, I take that, and I'm not saying that everything I'm saying here is true, but we've seen patterns, right? They are not the first to come into entertainment, and they won't be the last. So, do you want history to repeat itself by people just turning a blind eye and not calling these people out and saying, hey, you can address this part or that part? Or do you want that tomorrow something bigger, you know? Because a lot of people that were famous yesterday, they are not famous today. Okay. And that's not because they don't know how to act anymore or anything like that. Some of them, it had to do with something that they did or did not do. So let's be really mindful of that. Showgirls do you think it's right though that you use people to climb up socially? I'm asking a favor. Personally, I get that, but I don't think it's right to use people. I really don't, especially if emotions are involved. And I'm just saying this hypothetically, right? Let's say if Dapper was like emotionally involved, and I'm using Dapper for the sake of this conversation, okay? Again, I want to reiterate, it's hypothetically speaking. Let's say he was emotionally invested, as in he loved her truly and sincerely, and then she knows that she doesn't love him, and then she decides to use that to her advantage to climb up. Do you think it's right? Again, it's hypothetically speaking. That's a question. Um, favor. That's a question I'm asking, because the way that your statement is, the way it comes off to me is like, oh, it's okay if she or people. Let me not say she in this particular. Let's just say people like entertainers, female entertainers, or even male entertainers. Well, you said showgirls, so female entertainers use people, use their colleagues, maybe their male counterparts or whatever, who are emotionally invested in them to climb up, while disregarding the emotions of that person. Do you think it's right? I know it's done, they do that, but do you think it's right? Because I don't think it's right. Lynn, I think it's evident that Dapper was interested, but I don't think Soso was on the same page. So, okay. Yeah, you've always said that, Mary. No, they are not toxic, Nyoma, especially. They are not toxic. Nyoma is this here. All what we are saying here is nothing but the truth. Soso was also intentional about killing that Sodapa narrative. That's why she brought out the Flower Man narrative. Exactly. Exactly. And that's what I said. I don't know. I think her friend is here now. She keeps telling me that Sodapa is that they are still on and that they are talking together. Apparently, she's an insider, but I'm not gonna argue with that, okay? Because I really don't know who is here, who and who is here. But that's not what I'm seeing on her Snapchat. All I see on her Snapchat every day is flower man this, flower man that, or every other day rather. Let me put it that way. And to me, that is a deliberate attempt to um distance herself from Dapper, so to speak. Okay. And even before that, we saw that she was very, very testy. When they asked her anything about Dapper, she never really, like later on, not in the beginning, but after this whole Egypt trip, when she came back, at some point, she did not welcome those questions like that. She was not welcoming those questions. So to me, that is a sign that she was trying to distance herself from him. And he also is not even, well, he's not really saying much. He hasn't said anything about her, but the question that I saw when they asked where she was, he never answered any questions about her. So also now, and I know I've, anyway, he doesn't really comment much on social media, so you can't really tell one way or the other. But I don't see the engagement. Like when we used to, before before the AMVCAs, leading up to the AMVCAs, let me put it that way, right? We saw a lot of interaction between them on Snapchat, but we don't see that anymore. We don't see him talking. So we are also seeing that maybe he has also taken a step back. So that part ship has sailed too far for you to say more, no more shipping. God, I beg. Make her don't leave her like that. The children of hate in your mind. Please, who are the children of hate? God, I beg. This is so funny. Yep, Mary Ann, we are all on the same page. She gets you easily. There you are. Thank God, not be only me this year. It's not right, but it happens all the time. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I'm pointing you in a different sort of direction. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Taken, point taken. Thank you, thank you. said it, said it, Mary Ann. Zappa fell in love with her right from the time they short and sweet too. Me, I think it's maybe even short and sweet one. Oh, Lynn. If you ask me, I think it's short and sweet one. So maybe because of Flaman didn't want to give in, but she gave him hope. I've seen clips that support my narrative. That's what hurts the most. Have you seen the comment? I was saying something about the comment that she made under his own AMVCA post, right? His attire, and then I went back. That's when I was saying, oh, while I was busy here gassing them up, oh, they were dressed up. They had like what's the team I called? How did I even call that their team? I can't remember. I gave it some name, some kind of fancy name. You understand? I even called them the Wimbledon couple. Like I was coming up with all sorts of crazy names of these people. God, I beg. Meanwhile, because my attention was nowhere around Prince, I didn't know that she was busy commenting on that Prince, calling him Igwe and all of that. And then there are people here telling, and I've never seen her call Dapper Igwe or anything, anything like that. Are you people kidding me? She refers to Dapper as that boy. Like, come on now. But when it was the flower man is a man that likes me. Do you know the difference in those statements? It carries a lot of weight. I mean, and it can be playful. Maybe again, I'm reading too much into it, but just from you know an adult point of view, when you refer to somebody as a boy, again, context matters, no doubt, but generally speaking, now I'm just speaking generally. Adults, if you refer to somebody as a man and refer to the another as a boy, it means two different things. If you've ever been in love or anything, please tell me that I'm wrong with what I just said. Please, somebody tell me I'm wrong. I'm saying generally speaking now. When you call somebody a man and you call another a boy, two people of the same age group, two people who potentially have interest in you, and one is referred to as a boy, another as a man, doesn't it mean something? Doesn't it signify something? We are grown here, okay? Favor said she never took him seriously. Yeah, that's what Mary also says. Mary has been saying that it has always been her stance from day one, and I kind of disagree. I feel like she did take him seriously. I truly feel that she took him seriously. I just don't know what changed. Even with all the banter and all with the insults, if you want to call them that, I think that even in the midst of all of that, she was taking him seriously. But something changed. I think I don't know. Mm. For your information, please, Ufoma, at this point, I thought you said you were an insider. First, you say you're an insider, you know stuff. If you know stuff, clearly you will know Flower Man is not Dapper. She said it herself. I don't know where, like, she said it. Flower Man is not Dapper. And I think a lot of people here actually have come to that same conclusion from looking at the same set of data that we have been looking at. So I don't know why you're saying Flower Man is not Dapper. She has said that. Because when she's calling Dapper, she calls him Dapper. It's like she actually refers to him by name. She doesn't have to. She doesn't beat around the bush. And people have even asked her, "Who is Dapper to you?" And she has been on record explaining her relationship with Dapper. So if Dapper is Flower Man, I believe that she would have said it by now. We are not judging her. Who is judging her, please? Oh God. I guess you all want the sheep dead. Were you here when I said if that ship resurrects, we'll be here to go and wear ashrabi and dance? Wait to be our own. At the end of the day, we are all strangers looking in, happy for two people who seemingly were in love, and we celebrated that with them. And you know why we did that, Ufama? We did that because in real life, true love, genuine love, seeing two people so connected is hard. Out of 100 people, maybe the percent is just two. Even in real people who are married today, as in actually in real marriages, right? You don't see the level of connection between those married people like you see between Dapa and Soso. And I will still say that, right? Because again, even with everything that we are saying right now, right, and the signals about something, a rift happening, started um May, around May, right? But fast forward to July, they go to shoot, and we see these people feeding. Well, he was feeding her. That's to tell you how deep the connection is. But that doesn't mean that every other thing is not true. They can still have a deep connection, a deep attraction, and and they are still arguing or still trying to work some things behind the scenes, whatever the case may be. You know, we cannot put our heads in the sand and say, oh, let's not believe our lying eyes. We are believing our lying eyes, okay? Because we can clearly see, not only in the movies, but even from the posts that are made on social media, or the posts that are not made on social media. If two people were usually engage themselves in social media, all of a sudden they go silent, people will reasonably ask what happened if something happened. That's not them being crazy or that wishing that this whole thing is dead. Life happens. Even if two people love each other so much, there are moments when they disagree, they fall apart, they come back together. It's life. Why are you people so fixated on them even if they were together, does it mean that they will not have arguments? Are we for real? Married couples in their home have arguments, but they still stay married. So why is this whole thing when people are explaining reality is because we are wishing that it's dead? Nobody is wishing for anything. We only wish for their happiness. If their happiness is with each other, by all means, we are here to celebrate, okay? I tried to ship them after Wheels of the Heart. The first video that threw me off was a promotional video on Omoni's page where they had to mix it using the So that part is for advertising movies. That ship is gone. And I want it gone. Okay, Nyoma does not even want the ship. Okay. All right. That boy has always irritated you. At first, I thought she was just being playful. Yeah, I think it's a bit disrespectful to refer to him as that boy. I also thought that she was being playful, but when I saw her refer to Flower Man as a man that likes me, that's when it struck me like, whoa, you know, clearly we are being matured here. So we are only considering this one as a joke or what? You know what I mean? But then again, in their usual fashion, sometimes that's why. So I kind of go back and forth on this one, right? Because I say they are the type that are playful, even though recently we've also seen that although Michael may allow it, it's just because he's being professional. He doesn't necessarily welcome that kind of behavior, but he's being professional and covering up for her in a sense. That's what I think. Avoid name calling. Nobody is delusional. Delusion is when we don't live in reality. And the reality of things is we are seeing that there is a rift. And so if we are going to deny that there is no rift, then clearly we are delusional. So I don't know. Flower man can never be dapper. Exactly. I'm with you. For I can't deal with you. It's the way you guys take people's lives too seriously. Well, they put their see, I was actually thinking about this thing today. It's funny, Cameron, you say that. Okay, see, without the public, okay, these people have no careers. So in a sense, they should be thanking the public for being invested in their lives. Seriously, at first when people make that comment, I'm like, okay, but come to think of it, when you are an entertainer, pretty much the public is it's like your crop. So we speaking about them, okay, puts food on their table because she's getting imprints. If each time I place a hashtag, I say Sodapa hashtag, for instance, or hashtag Michael Dapa or hashtag Sophia Chisom, guess what? The YouTube algorithm is going back to her. It favors her. YouTube literally just highlighted her when she came back from her trip. Did I get credit for that? I didn't get credit for that. She got credit for that. So we are doing them a favor. If you don't talk to them, you don't talk about them, they don't get paid. So something changed. Emotionally, my food. Let me allow you to continue your projection. Who said she's not fine? I literally just said that she's fine. Oh God. She might have liked him, but she wasn't in love. Okay. I believe something went wrong after the birthday. That's what I think too, Nyoma. That's also true. Yeah, they can disagree. Doesn't mean they're no longer interested. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, that's valid. What changes happened after the birthday? Well, if you were following, um, the kind of distance there's a distance between them after the birthday. Let me just put it like that. Otherwise, I'll start repeating myself. There's been a distance between them after the birthday. There's less comment interaction, like in terms of the commenting on each other's posts. Um, so not liking it too much or not seeming, let me choose my words careful, not seeming to like it too much when they mentioned his name, when they asked her where is Dapper, when she went on live, she didn't really necessarily entertain those questions. So she doesn't post anything about him anymore on her Snapchat other than if it's like the movies that they've just done that are being released, clearly because they are both on the poster or the storyline has to do with the two of them since they are the main characters. She might, but not in the sense where it was like the friendly banter, right? Out of set kind of, or out of work context. We don't see that anymore in her Snapchat. Yeah. So that's what we mean by that. Those are the changes that we have observed. She should have done this differently. I totally agree. Okay, I see that all the fault is social side. Where is that comment? It just disappeared. Okay, I see all the fault is on social side. What Dapa is the one who is wrong in this matter. I'm not sure where you get that from. It's just because I don't know. I don't know how to answer these questions anymore or how to comment on them anymore. Please let the sheep die a natural death. Yeah. So Dapa has come to stay and nobody can stop them. Oh my God. These insults, playful banter, but it, as she put in matter, she's intentional on how she refers to other guys. It shows she knows she can be respectful on how she addresses them. It reduces Dapper steals to public. I agree. I agree. I agree with you on that. Favor. That's why I said that something we know nothing about must have happened, and I have always said that maybe Michael may have wronged her in some way because the shift was so drastic, and that's true also, right? Because we really just know in part, right? We can say more about because he expressed his own hurt. I guess he's the one who said, "Oh, no love here anymore. You used to want me in your videos, not anymore." But she, because she hasn't expressed anything about what he did, so now we don't know. But the only reason sometimes it seems like, oh, he's the that she's the one who did something wrong is because he was a bit more expressive, and we saw that on video. So we have his words, and then she never denied anything. She did not counter him, but then again, it is true that he also may have wronged her in some ways, just that she has not said it. And until she does say it, we won't know, right? But I see her as somebody who is very like she would say things if she really wants to. So if she hasn't said anything, is it because I don't know, maybe she I don't know. The same flower man, she said, no one can trust Adam. Flowerman is also receiving his own bullet of insults from Soso. That no man can trust Adam thing is just something that she used to use in her skits. Um, do you really take it seriously like that? I don't know. I think it's just one of those her comedic cheeks at this moment. So I wouldn't say that she's saying no man can trust Adam is because she's throwing shots at Flower Man. Flower Man has been receiving a lot of accolade. I'm telling you, this lady posted a microwave Flower Man center without anybody asking, so that's to tell you that we need to know that Flower Man is doing really well in her books. So if she really wanted to throw bullets at him, she wouldn't use no man can I mean no man can trust Adam is just a cautionary tale. Any one of us could say that as well. That's not necessarily bullets, that's reality, right? You cannot trust people 100% until they prove themselves, right, beyond a reasonable doubt. So I take it more in that sense than anything else. I didn't see it as her throwing bullets at him. I feel the same way. The change was too drastic, man. I love people who speak the truth. She just Lynn, you're killing me. Oh yeah, that part of it, I didn't like that too. Favor. I said I felt like that was not nice. Especially the part where it was like they should go and drag him. Oh my god, that was like nah, nah. That didn't like that. Nah, 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 nah. I didn't like that. I remember her calling out Dapper for her birthday. Yeah, okay, sorry. Okay, so I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Sorry, Johara, or is it? I don't know if it's Jahara. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. Please, 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 please. I'm sorry. Initially, Jahara, I used to think that as well, and I still do think that as well to an extent that you're right. I feel like when she's really, really comfortable with you, she gets to throw jabs, but there is a limit, right? And then there's also context. When you just throw jabs like that, without the context of your environment, the context of the people, the public, it becomes people can interpret it in different ways. And it wasn't just now just the insult, it's also the hand throwing, right? The lack of it. So a combination of those things is what is now making it what it is. Because I used to say, you know what? Hey, I get it. She grew up around boys, so that's how boys banter. And then being an only girl is normal until Mary. Mary is right here and she's going to bear me witness. Mary came into my comment and said, "Hey, I'm an only girl as well, and I don't do that." She said it. She's right here. She's going to tell you. And when immediately she said that, I was like, "Oh my god," you know. So sometimes, yes, we want to give people benefit of doubt, but it is true. Now, it could be because even from her life, the last, and I don't know why Bolaji posted that thing for the life of me, God. I, when she posted that video, I was cringing. I cringed. I cringed. Oh God. I think that, I think that it also kind of affected the viewership of the point of life. The video where she was hitting him on his head, like, God, mon Dieu. I wish I can unsee that clip. I just can't. Um, but that's what I mean by you have to take. And then in that clip, you hear her actually saying, "Oh, people would think that I'm like that, but you just get me out of. You just bring the worst out in me." That thing has just stayed in my head. Like, okay, is that the only way that you know how to respond? That's the question I'm asking. And I'm genuinely asking this question. And for those that love her, who know her, for those of you who are here, who love her, can you please ask her that, is this your only way to respond when you're irritated? That you start to throw hands? Because it is concerning. And don't say that people will think that you're like, no, nobody is thinking that you're like that. People are just seeing a pattern and they are worried. You understand? So you can do, you actually do, you are cognizant of the fact that this doesn't look good. So if somebody annoys you, because she said in that video that the reason she did that is because he was licking her hand. So is that, it was that the only way that she could respond? She could have pulled her hand, like, you know, released her hand or done something else. So that's what I'm kind of also saying. But if she doesn't follow social, she doesn't insult only that part. The moment she gets, yeah, yeah. Anyway, I said that already, but I think it's, you know, context matters. You know, especially because she's in the social media space. She has a huge following. Her audience is very wide and diverse right now. There's a lot of eyes. Different people view her content, you know, and for different reasons. So even things that she used to do before, she might have to rethink them because she has to rethink the audience, how they are viewing. And I'll go back to this lack of respect of physical boundaries, right? For people who see that immediately, people of trauma, victims of trauma and domestic violence, right? They don't see it as playful. They see their trauma being replayed. So to them, that's a whole different thing. And there's nothing you can tell them about that. And it is their reality. They are right to think that way, and there's nothing you can do about it. So maybe it's time for her to rethink the way she goes about, even if she's comfortable with you. When you are in public, maybe not do that. That's not you not being yourself. That's not you pretending. It's just that you're taking into consideration your audience. All in all, Flaman, who is who I think he is. I wish her the best. Hope she takes her time though, because she seems so excited. Lynn, you're not on yet to come and tell us about. You say you don't want to say anything. That will lynch you. Actually, maybe because she has gotten too comfortable with him too. Yeah. Okay. I already responded to that, so I'll just keep that. You can get comfortable with people, but also respect physical boundaries. Take into consideration your audience and how things are interpreted. When has she ever insulted Flower Man? Exactly. Never. If anything, all he gets are praises. You know, she loves him. She calls him Igwe. you know, the other thing is Mary Ann. That's why he's stagnant. But Mary Ann, I really honestly think that that was a joke. I honestly do think that. I don't think that she said that as in literally. I think it was a joke. But again, yeah, it's open to interpretation, right? It's just like me. Sometimes I say, oh, I take Michael literally, right? So I think you're taking her literally, and that's your right to do that. See as una carry so so matter for head. Please, we are making her more popular. Isn't that what you people want? You people want her to be more popular, being, or you don't want her to be more popular? Which one do you people want? I thought you people are aiming for popularity. Oh God. Mixed signals, yeah, it's still haunting me too. That was a joke in the life. Like, do you get? Okay, twisting sarcastic speech over and over again. I think regardless of what happened, you should have gotten her a gift, especially as yeah. Well, if Flower Man is was in the picture before, I don't think me. I'm with that part that he did not get that gift. Initially, I was like, okay, yeah, maybe he should have gotten something. But if Flower Man was in the picture before, and yeah, I'm with him all day, every day, I'm not giving you any gift. Flower Man already gave you a customized gift. I'm sorry, but some things are off limit. What do you mean by someone is stagnant? The disrespect. Hey, Lynn, you're coming out today. Guns are blazing. Lynn is out. Guns are blazing. Someone is stagnant. Come to think of it, if they choose not to have that conversation online, nobody will say otherwise. But how do you know how to confuse you on? Oh my God. I'm going to skip your comments, Dorcas. I don't want to mention Ekama's name, honestly, because my thing is mostly about the curious case of Michael Dapper and Sophia Chisholm. Today I mentioned Prince a lot because I said I'm bringing this topic kind of to a close unless something else comes up later on between them. But for now, I will not be doing any commentary on them anymore. I titled my case "The Curious Case of Michael Dapper and Sophia Chisholm," so I really limit it to that. Okay, but I did mention her at some point, but it was only because it was important to the conversation. I'm trying to go back and see mixed signals. Okay, I've already read that. He was joking. Yeah, that's what I found. If you believe the ship is then let it be. Don't discourage people that knows the truth. I don't know what you're going on about this. I don't believe he didn't buy her a gift. She said he didn't buy her a gift. That's what she said. What are you talking about? She said, and she said that the fans should go and drag him. What are you talking about? It's not me believing anything. It's what she said. Her manager manages BB Niger people, and they know shipping helps to propel career. Oh, her manager manages the okay. So he does a lot of the management for the BB Niger. All right, makes sense. To me, Dapper was the one invested emotionally. Soso was just liking the attention. Growing up with boys is BS. Wow, favor. Favor, you, Lynn, and Mary Ann are of the same school of thought, and myself, for the most part. I have four brothers. I don't like violence or insult. It can never be endearing to me. Okay, thank you, Mary Ann. I'm glad you responded. Soso herself said Dapper doesn't like the insults or name calling. Yeah, because there was one time he was like, "Do you want me?" That live stream where she was like, "Do you want me to insult you or not?" And he's like, "It's because insult is what your love language or something like that." He said something to that extent, right? Yeah. So for my, he believes there's future that part shit. He doesn't believe. He doesn't believe well on screen. Dapper allowed it and she doesn't rate him. That's why. Yeah, I think so. I kind of agree. But I think he also did. I think sometimes it's because he's being professional. Because I've seen him kind of flinch when she does that, right? But in order not like just to cover up for the moment and not to make it seem really, really awkward, rather, he lets it slide. And again, it's probably to cover up because if he reacts in a certain way, it might be damaging to her. So that's what I think. I'm saying this to flavor. I think yes, maybe in the beginning he let it he let it on, But then I've seen instances where I really look at it as if he's just covering up for her professionally. Okay, we are confused. Then we agree. Ufoma, we agree. We are confused. Watch out for them in the coming days. Okay, we are here. If they come out again and talk, we'll be here talking now. There's no problem. Favor is thinking. Yeah, yeah. Favor does think like you a lot, Mary Ann. I agree. Soso doesn't believe well on screen with that, but she needs to rethink on insulting her friends. Oh, behave. Okay, she doesn't behave well on screen with that, but she needs to rethink on insulting her friends. Yeah, and I found that there was a video that she did. Um, but this was with Kananga, right? And it was kind of like parody. I didn't find that thing funny because she was making excuses for insulting or putting hands on people. And the reason I really found that because it's ironic to me. I keep saying this that her AMVCA is on domestic violence. Yes, I get it. That was some kind of parody, but you don't say that in the video. It's like, oh, did I did I hit you? And then Kananga go yes, and then she said, but did you die? I'm like, in your in the content that gave you your AMDC, your first ever, which by the way is iconic because most people don't get nominated the first time and win, but hey, she did that, right? Pretty much it was a situation where somebody was in domestic violence where they kept going back because their partner kept hitting on them, and then until one day they chose not to go back, they left, and then for some reason after the partner begging, they came back, right? And that was their end. So you don't have to hit somebody one time if they don't pay the first time. Is not a reason for you to continue because the next time could be their last time. So I don't know how that skit or that video is ever funny, or how she, for someone who won an or something so, and this is something that is so important to her clearly. Okay, how are you now still using that for fun as content? That video, Informa, not yeah, Informa. It seems like you know her, right? Please tell her, do me a favor, tell her to go put down that video because it's hypocritical. Okay, you people don't like to say the truth, and you say we are coming hard on her. Yes, I'm going to come hard on her. The video that she did, where she's asking Kanagabe, did you die because I hit you as a friend? That's how we banter. That video is not okay. She won an AMVCA for domestic violence, and just because she's a female in the case, and Kananga is a male, like the opposite of what happened in the AMVCA, it doesn't still make it right. And just because it's done as parody, it's still not okay. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not mincing my words on this one. I'm being very, very harsh, as you can hear. And then the other video, again, Ufoma to you, is the one where she's mocking that layman. Okay? She's reacting to that layman. She should go put those two videos down. I'm telling you, people, if you love her as you claim that you do, tell her to put down those videos. And every time I have the opportunity to say this to her, I will say it to her. Yeah, I acknowledge that Cameron that she did praise him, so that's fine. She doesn't rate him. It seems like that. Use Dapper to climb where? Oh, you guys are still thinking that Dapper did not help in boosting this lady's career. That's so unfair, right? You people should be honest for once, please. Be honest. It's not gonna take anything from her. She still was successful before him, but when it comes to her career in Nollywood, he has helped her. So let's not get that twisted. That does not still take away from her own hard work. She's a very hardworking lady, you know, who has been able to build a life for herself, and clearly her family, if you go by her content where she says her siblings ask her for money, so she helps her siblings, you can give her all of those accolades, but also don't take away the help that she has received along the way. In getting to where she has gotten to, people have helped her along the way. Dapper is one of those people in Nollywood. It doesn't take away her own hard work. So you people should stop making it seem like that. Please. Her manager may have advised her to use him. Oh my God. Where is Amani? Amani, come here and answer. Lynn is now suspecting you. Amani, Lynn is suspecting you. This is making people she see as user of men. I saw someone write on social media that she used Nasboy, Saga, and now Dapper. You see, and that's the thing. That's why I said that she should be mindful of the content she's putting out there, right? Because again, like I'm saying that this pattern of Flower Man, right? I think it was the first session of the live, the first part of it, where I said that tomorrow, because now she keeps posting things about Flower Man, Flower Man, Flower Man, right? Let's say, God forbid, something happens, and then people stop seeing her saying anything about Flower Man, then they start to ask, and then she gets irritated. You see how the same pattern with Dapper is gonna repeat itself. So when you're posting content, also be mindful of how people are interpreting that content, so that tomorrow you don't come back and say, "Oh, but this was not my intention." No, people can read between the lines, or they can interpret it in a way that maybe you did not intend. And if it's something that is repeated over and over, then maybe you have to take a step back and say, hey, but why is it that people keep saying this? What is it? What information, or what about this information? Sorry, what is it about what I'm doing that gives them this idea? And so is it something that I can correct and address and redress? you know, that is how, p- growth comes. It's not just saying that, oh, when people are talking, oh, they're just talking. Sometimes take a step back and really listen and see whether they are making sense. Try to see from that perspective. If it's something that you need to explain, it's like when she when her fans, the Sodapa said, oh, you insulted us when you send the post out, um the post when they hold this. I don't want to talk about that thing, to be honest, but I'm just bringing that up because later on she had to go into her comment section and then explain herself that, oh, this is not what I meant, this is how I meant it. you know it's the same thing. Exactly, it may not be the case, but this is how people are thinking about it. Yeah, Lynn, can we reverse the toast for a minute and think how it would look? Can you imagine if it was Dapper doing all that? Oh my God, Mary, thank you for bringing that up. I have always thought that. I said, if this guy puts his hand on the, oh my God, they would have canceled. Oh Jesus, hey God, hey, oh God, God, God. Do you know how quick they would have canceled Dapper? Oh God of mercy, Lord have mercy. Don't even say it. Don't even go there, Mary. But thank you for bringing it up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Exactly. It's never okay. It's never okay. And that's why I keep saying, even that content that she made with Kananga, like, for me, honestly, it's not doing her any favor. I think she should bring it down. And I've mentioned this now, like, this is the third time. I put it in a post, and thank God the post is there. Anybody can screenshot it and they can see that I'm on record saying this. In a previous live stream, I still reiterated the same thing. And I'm saying this again for the third time. I said, be mindful. Social media, okay? There is a good part and a bad part to social media, and whatever we put out there, even if you put it and take it, people have screenshotted it already. And unfortunately, we live in an age of it's not so apparent in Nigeria right now, but Hollywood is migrating to Nigeria. A lot of the Sonys and the rest of those MGMs and Netflix, they're all investing now in Nigeria, right? So what is happening in the West will eventually come to Nigeria, and cancel culture is so real in the West. They will cancel you quick and in a hurry. Just say anything that is politically incorrect, and you see how they'll go and dig. Today you'll be the darling of everybody. Everybody will be loving you. The minute, where is Diddy today? Where is PDD? Is he not locked up in jail? But he was having all those white parties and people were attending. And it was like, it was like Christmas every other day. But today he's in jail. So please, today's darling can become tomorrow's public enemy number one and even serving jail time because the pictures will always be out there, the content will always be out there. Somebody has already screenshotted it. You don't make fun of people with disability. In no context do you ever, not in the West, make fun of a disability or a disabled person. In no context, not even when you're putting out a political statement. It's never correct. Please, you guys go and tell her that. I'll keep saying this until thy kingdom come. Oh, thank you, Favor. I thought I'm the only one who noticed the disgust. It's almost a disdain. Oh, yeah, there you are. You use the word, the disgust and the disdain. Exactly. Oh, so much for someone helping you. Where his own, my dear, tell me about it. His own skills are really. Favor, which planet are you from? Favor, which planet are you from? Lynn, can you see Favor? Lynn. Exactly, Mary Ann. I don't know how much we can say that tonight, but I think we've made our point, right? I think we've made our point. Hey, you've used up my word. It seems. Hey, Lynn will be all right. That person should go and drink water and drop cup. Maybe it's time we go and drink water and drop cup. It's been like, oh my God, almost 4 hours. I think I should end this live stream. Oh, I think I should. Does anybody have something to say? I think I should end the live stream. I've been going on and on. Let it. Does anyone have a message? Like I said, just to recap. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna. I think this kind of brings some closure to my series, The Curious Case of Michael Dapper and Sophia Chisholm. And the reason is because I was curious just about the two of them. I enjoyed their dynamics. I still do when it's done respectfully. But it looks like for now, both parties, some people claim that they are still good. I don't think so. Not to say that they are enemies either. Okay, just because two people are not interacting does not automatically mean that they are enemies. That's not what we are saying here. We are just saying that the interactions, the friendliness, right, that we used to see, we are not seeing that anymore. And one of the parties in question has clearly signaled that there was an issue. In his own words, there is no love here anymore. You used to love having me in your videos, and apparently that's not the case. I just hope I don't get depressed. And from that moment on, we saw crickets from his side, um, very little interaction, other than the promo video. But then again, they were contracted to do that, so they had to be in the same space. But in that moment, also we still saw their connection. We still saw that they still are possibly or very attracted to each other or whatever. They are still connected. Let me use that word. Let me use the word connection for now. So is it something that they have a project in September if they don't cancel the project? So, and if they do decide to show us BTS, because maybe they will not for the forthcoming project, there's a possibility that that might not happen, right? With everything that is going down. But if they do share the BTS with us, we'll be here to watch and see, and I might have a different opinion then. And also, because I keep watching my two accounts and nothing has happened on those two accounts, but they are not closed. They are still active. I'm still watching that as well. So if I do see something come up there which is pertinent, I might comment on it. But for now, if you don't hear me saying anything about them, I'm probably still just lying in the bushes and just observing again going forward. For now, she's signaling that maybe you guys should be shipping her with Flower Man, okay, and not Dapper. That's what she's signaling. That's how I'm seeing. I'm reading her Snapchat, and I am of the opinion, okay, it's my opinion that Flower Man is Prince. Agree, disagree is up to you. That's my opinion, and I have my reasons, which I stated. The one, the number one, which is the one that she actually even just put on her. I'm going to put the image up again. The men in her life, okay, and we can also have some comments about. Let me find the men in my life. What? How did I title that now? Or what did I put there? Oh God, I forgot the title I gave it. Yeah, this is it here. I'm gonna open it. So you have that there. I guess you guys can see that, right? And you can tell that's her manager there, that's her brother. The only other person there is Prince, who is not a family member. He's a friend. He's also a colleague, but I think he's more than a colleague. I think he's Flower Man, and I've given you my reasons. He surprised her on her birthday. She spoke about how she met all her friends except him. Maybe she spoke because I think somebody has asked her to say how she met Flower Man, but then again, because Flower Man is just, an alias. She has already said how she met Flower Man. Actually, she told that story. 2018, he helped her during her depression. 2022, Cycle 2022, 2023, and then from then they have been friends. So he's been in the picture. That's what it boils down to. So if Flowerman is Prince, if I'm correct that Flowerman is Prince, Prince has been in the picture since 2018, and that predates Dapper, which also means that when she was showing some kind of interest or interacting with Dapper, whatever you want to call that situationship or relationship over there, Dapper was aware of who Prince is, okay, and maybe the extent of their relationship, whether it's friendship, brother, sister, auntie, because Prince was just calling her Auntie Soso. hmm I don't know why he'll be referring to her as Auntie Soso, but that is very suspect to me. So yeah, I'm kind of just rounding up. It has always been Prince. Called it from day one. Yes, Lynn, I give it up to you. You called it from day one. Don't disappear. Still post. Ah, see, favor. Let me answer that favor. It's because I'm torn. I really like the dynamics between Dapper and Soso. I love the connection, right? And that was what intrigued me because I don't see that anymore. I see more, and I don't want to talk about them outside of the two of them. If you get my drift, I don't want to address because if I start posting, it means I have to be looking at what he's doing with other co-stars and stuff like that, and I'm really not interested in the dynamics that is going on with any other person other than Soso. That's my honest truth. Okay, that's the one that caught my attention, and that's the one out. So if I still have to post, yes, I'm going to post, but not on Dapper and Soso pretty much, right? I have some things that I've been working on um a different kind of content, right? I just don't get to. I keep saying that I'll go to it, but each time I find myself always researching these two people, so that I can come and kind of close the subject. But now, um, but now, Lynn, what do you mean I should not round up? Oh my god! What do you mean I should not round up? It's been it's been 3 hours. It's been 3 hours. I need to go. Yeah, so I was explaining to Favor. I said, Favor, I wanted to I don't want to post because I don't want to be watching, any other dynamics other than their dynamics. And right now, it's it's not too palatable, to be honest. So, hmm. And because I don't want to bring other people too much into, today I've gone on and on about Prince. Normally I wouldn't have. It's just because I wanted to close this topic, right? But on a normal basis, I wouldn't even have had to address him this much, you know, or bring him up this much. Yeah. So if things are not working out between them, I find it hard what content I'll be creating around them. That's what I mean. Um, like I said, if I find something interesting that, let's say, like, of course they have to work together again, like I said, in September. So if they do that, I'll probably do. And then if anything, happens in between, right? Now and then, I'm just saying that you will not see me posting constantly on them, because I really don't think that there is a Sodapa anymore. I think that at this point, either it's on a break and we can just say it's on a break, or it's dead. Okay, some people are not comfortable with a break, but even in every relationship, people do take breaks, and that's normal. So if we're going to consider that, right, in terms of the coupling, then that's what it is. If we want to take that in terms of the movies, well, they still have a few movies coming out. And yeah, we are watching. I've watched all their movies together, actually. And I'm still going to watch Bolaji's movies tonight. So just for the, and even tomorrow, right? Yeah. I did that already twice today, but I'll watch it again. So yeah, I like it. Yeah, so I don't know what else. I can't wait for Dapper to blow up. He needs to repair his PR. I like that he's a focused person. He's so focused. It's very admirable. I what I would like for him is more of like, I wouldn't say cinema roles, because each time we say cinema roles, right, it's like we are playing downplaying the role of YouTube, and I don't like doing that. I think YouTube has really really helped all of these artists, right, boost them up. Really, I was looking at ratings for a comedian, Ali Shadik. He was comparing his his comedy shows that he did on YouTube, because obviously to go on these other platforms, right? They have to, first of all, they are the ones who approach you, or even if you approach them, they have to be interested in buying your content and in wanting to work with you. And most people don't get that opportunity. So YouTube was a level playing field for most people. And Alik focused on that, right? He couldn't get deals with the bigger platforms, but his YouTube views are way, way beyond the views that Ali Sadiq is a comedian, by the way. When you compare somebody like Kevin Hart's views or other notable comedians, right, that have like deals with Netflix and stuff, things like that, they don't have the same number of views. And this guy has only been releasing his shows on YouTube for free. So I really don't like when because I would say I want something more for Dapper. Most people would initially say, oh, they want cinema roles and stuff like that. I think in the era that we are, yes, cinema is good, because you have a feeling when you actually go to the cinema. It has its time and its place, but I don't think that it is fair anymore to say that an actor is only as good as the platform on which his movie is released, because it really boils down to the story. A good story will get you. Mary is here, she says that all the time. A good story, you place it, even if you place a bad story and you go and put it on this traditional, mainstream media platforms of broadcasting and film, it doesn't mean that it's going to be successful. And just because you hear that a cinema movie also made, I don't know, 500 million in the box office or 1 billion, doesn't mean that overall the person, the producer, or the investors are going to make any money. That's just gross. That's just what it grossed. Okay, you have to take the expenses out and all of that, and then see whether the person actually made any money. So I will never want to downplay YouTube like that. I'm saying all of that to say I want to see Dapper in different roles, right? I will not say necessarily cinema roles, but just let us let producers please stop putting him in, um what's it called? Boy meets girl, girl meets boy. He's not challenged. He's not challenged. Give him something, and he will give you something back. He will give you a lot back. If you are just gonna do the one, oh, he was a he's an artist, he's a photographer. Like, yeah, in this movie with Bolaji, he's a photographer, right? But because they focus on the addiction, right, we saw him tap into his crevices and bring us something, right? Like something really, something entertaining, something worth thinking about, right? So that's what I want him. That's what I would like producers to do. But then again, are they getting good scripts? Who are the script writers and all of that? So yeah, I would like to see him do more. To be honest, I would like to see all of them do more. Actually, don't you? It would take 3 to 4 hours. Lean. Yeah. Oh God, Lean. But I'm tired right now. I thought I loved talking. Alicia, wake up and smell the coffee. Did Prince date Alex? I'm not aware of it. So I know that he was with Tolani Baj for a brief period. Oh yeah, Lynn, explain that one. I used to be that one. Me, I don't know that one. Now you you're the one who has that kind of information. I don't know. Be trusting me more. I trust you now. Did I say it in the beginning that I trust you? Oh God. He went, if I remember, he went for Nengi knowing Uzo was interesting. First way no see favor. You said you come now bullets today. You people know these people so well. My God. Favor, you said you come with plenty bullets, fire and brimstone in fact. Now wow. Which one is Prince? Oh my God. Joan, you have to go all the way back to the beginning, please. Or somebody should explain. Joan, please go back to the beginning. Oh, Joan, if you're wondering who is Prince, which one is Prince? He's the one in the okay, maybe okay, if you're looking at the the stage, the picture, right? He's the one in the white is that a baseball cap? Yeah, but the white cap, okay, because the others are not wearing white. So the person at the back, right there at the back, yeah, that's him. You if you go to my post before this live stream, the post I made yesterday, you can expand the picture and you will have a clearer view of his face. If in case you just want to identify him. I'll be happy if it isn't Prince because I don't understand Marianne. Are you saying that you'll be happy that she's dating Prince or you'll not be happy that she's dating Prince? I don't understand. Mary Ann, please clarify. Told you he dated Tolani, Dora, and Alex. Okay. He was with Alex during All Stars. Are you sure he dated that girl though? This girl is a friend to Soso. Alex, that is. Very true. That person needs to build his PR so much to have been Soso's friend. He will get a global big break soon. At the rate Dapper works, he will be the next rated actor. I think he's already a next rated actor. I don't know about this global this thing. I see entertainment is dark and I don't even want to talk about that aspect. Please, you guys should be very careful. Be mindful of what you reach for. Please, 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 please. Entertainment is dark. The higher you go. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that there. He should just be successful. Hopefully create an alternative stream of revenue, like create multiple streams of revenue. That's what I would say. Like multiple streams of revenue outside of acting and entertainment. But I see that entertainment is like in his bloodstream, so you don't want to necessarily deprive him of that. But be careful what you wish for. This global thing like that, okay? I thought he and Alex were just friends. Okay, Lynn, over to you. Answer. I agree with you. Big better break. Yeah, that's what I mean. And I think he's already proven his range, right? He's proven his range so much. That's why I kind of feel bad, and I feel like whenever he's because he's played this lover boy role so much, it's just become so redundant, you know. But when you challenge, like Soso was explaining, right, that I don't think in the script he had to dye his hair, but maybe when he read it, he felt like to really, really bring out, that role of Green, he needed to dye his hair. You see, that is because he was so engaged, and I'm sure it's because it's a script that he really loved. So he went out of his way to really get into character to the extent of dyeing his hair. That tells you how much he loves his craft. And yeah, so that was kind of interesting piece of information where she said that. Oh, and but I have one thing against Dapper though. Dapper, please, because there are people who have been accusing me that you only have okay. I have something to criticize you on in this movie. You s- and this is generally right. I think it goes for all of them. The costume, right? I noticed that the costume in okay. Let me just leave that part. But like, and I don't know if this is intentional. I don't know if I'm making a big deal of it. But you notice that the movie is a timeline that spans over a year. But at the beginning, she had the same nail polish on. These are just small details that some of us we look into every detail. She had the same nail polish on, and I get it. It's because they film in like 4 days, right? Most of their movies are shot in 4 days, which is fine. But when you're acting, this is more for the costumers, the producers, and even maybe the actors, right? If you're going to take a script that the timeline of the story is over a year, it doesn't make sense that you have the same nail polish. Yes, there are some people who, technically speaking, can wear the same color of nail polish every day, but we know that that's not what happens with a lot of Gen Zers. So is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? Not necessarily, but I just think those are some small details. Like maybe she should have either not worn nail polish or they should have changed her nail polish. So instead of actually having like I don't know. Again, it has to do with and filmmaking is very hard. So by no means, I'm just saying that these are some of the things that just came to me, right, while I was watching that over a period of say over a year because first they dated, then they got married, and it was within the first year of their marriage that we saw him relapse and all of that, all the way to the end. And it was the same nail polish. So to me, that was like, is that really possible? Not really. Then also for Dapa though, um, Dapa, please, can you not wear jewelry? I know you love your jewelry, but can you please not wear jewelry all the time in every role, please? Please. And this one and the next point I'm making now for that movie, and I'm saying this because I love the movie. Please, you guys have already heard me. I said I've watched it more than 10 times. I've watched it twice already today. So this is just me giving objective, criticism. They said in the script, right, that they at some point he was actually taking money for their house rent, to pay to fund his drug habit. But isn't it funny? Normally, when you are really an addict to that extent, where you have to now start going into the funds, he actually took money for jobs, and he ended up not doing those jobs again to fund his drug addict. They lost his studio and all of those things. And in all of that time, nobody thought that this guy should have pawned his jewelry at some point. They should have pawned maybe even some furniture in the house because that's what will normally happen. You have to sell a lot of your personal stuff. That's why I find it funny that Dapper had his jewelry on throughout the movie. And I know he thinks a lot about his character. Please, somebody, if you get this to Dapper, tell him that in that I mean, they shot it and it's all gone. But in the future, and he probably did not think about that part because he so loves his jewelry. He always wants to be in them. But can you please? They should have pumped his jewelry, please, at some point in that movie to buy some of his weed. Okay, they should have done that, please. It did not make sense to me. I would have loved to see that they pawned some of their furniture as well, and that's also maybe she would have lost some of her, her gold or something, her necklaces. They should have. I think that one is kind of more of a flaw in the script itself. Yeah, but I found that a bit odd. But yeah, for the record, that please. I don't see a drug addict that is so addicted and he still has all his gold and whatever on. Like it doesn't even make sense. Even if they didn't pawn it, you should have just taken it off, right? Yeah, yeah. But you did good. You did really really good in that movie. And so you did good as well. I just wish you didn't pull back in some of the things though. Yeah, yeah. Especially as a newly bride, you should be all over your husband. You know what I mean? But it's like every time you wanted to get it down, you were kind of pulling back a little bit. So yeah, it's very very dark. I wish you multiple streams of revenue. Me, don't forget they still hooked up after the show. How Tolani Banks ridiculed him at the reunion. Oh wow. They can use stick one. Mary Ann, thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you're referring to my nail polish comment, right? Exactly. Thank you for that. I didn't, yeah. They should use those ones, those press ons and then take it after. It would make a bit more sense. And then, yeah, I forgot another thing, right? I found it, yeah, this is another thing that I had also. I noticed that the Dapper face, and this has to do with the costume, not necessarily him. They always right from the very beginning, right? They applied makeup just to show like how drugs affect your skin. But then there was a part where he was on the bed because when you are an addict, it would not only affect your skin like just your face and even your hands because we should have seen some his nails at some point as well because in the beginning they said he was fine, right? It's at some point that he relapsed. But at that point, during that year period, we should have been seeing his nails a little bit dirty. Because I think that's what happens with addiction, right? You can tell even from their fingernails. You can also tell from the soles of their feet. The soles of his feet were so clean, but they kept applying makeup on him to show that the drugs were affecting his face. But why didn't they also, or maybe they didn't really think about it, but yeah, drugs don't just affect your face, they affect your nails, your hands, they affect the soles of your feet. So that's something that, I just thought that they missed out also in the movie. But those are not like bad in themselves. It's just me because I just think a lot. Yeah, but the movie, Bolaji again, kudos to you. That was so good. Kudos to you. And I pray that that movie will go up in views. I like that the views have been increasing on a steady. I just pray that it continue like that. Bollywood have actors in the same style for 50 years. So we style scarf and we can see next hairstyle under the scarf. Oh my god. And it's because they are so focused on the aesthetic sometimes. That's why also these things, they make these mistakes, right? Some of the ladies maybe they don't want to appear without wigs on. Like, please, who said you guys need all these wigs? Please, please. Can you people just stop with this your wig thing? And I think they actually even make fun of you if you're not wearing like a good wig. Whereas you could just come the way you are. I actually prefer people who are natural. It's one of the reasons why I find so appealing because she's so comfortable with her natural skin. Um, and I find when she wears wigs that are a bit too distracting. And that's because that's not necessarily per se her fault. It's just because she's got a full head of hair. So her hairline is all the way to the front. I mean, she's got beautiful hair all the way to the front. Most people don't have that hair, right? So if she has to wear her wigs, it has to come all the way to the front, and that is so distracting. So please, producers, can you just let So act with her natural hair, please? For the love of God, even if the script says that the character needs to wear a wig, but when you have already selected your cast, can you consider also their physical attributes and then kind of just like adjust? You guys can always make adjustments. These are some of the adjustments you should make. If you find that you have casted someone and because the person qualifies for that role or whatever, but that they have certain physical, you don't have to stick to the script or the way the person wrote it that, oh, this person will have a week. It doesn't work like that, at least to me anyway. You guys tell me if I'm crazy, but I find that when she wears wigs, they're so distracting because they come all the way to the front. Prince that was linked to Dora, Alex at some point, and all of them are friends. and all of them are friends with Sophia and Prince's brother. Okay. Lynn, if you refuse to see signs, you will see what? If that is Flower Man as I suspect, then all the somebody said she knows Prince's girlfriend. Okay. Wahala deo. I'm not even going to ask who. I can't be bothered. This I don't know what's wrong with you, Felicia. Felicia, I thought you went off my live stream. I don't know why you keep antagonizing me. Hi, Folu. You get coconut head, Abby. Glad Michael is moving on. He'll be fine. He will be fine. You think Dapper has done substances? Maybe he has favor. What do you think? Maybe he has. Oh, actually, I have seen a picture of him with a bong. You know the bong, right? I've seen him in his youthful days, rather. So who knows? I'm not saying anything, Mike, but you posted a picture yourself. It's on your Facebook. You know that's your special account. You posted it that you had a bong. You were pulling on a bong. You were at a house party with some friends, but this was in your younger days. He's an actor. He's lived many lives. So and did you see this the way he was making circles with a cigarette? Did you see that? That is that is some skill because you, the boy has studied the smokers and the smoking to the T. He only had one scene where he had to drag on the weed, but he said that was not real, whatever. But he formed the circles, right? He formed the circles, the smoke circle. That is hard. And I'm not a smoker, but that's what smokers say, okay? So I don't know. Yeah, especially the sad. But Mary Ann, I think she did good with the sad scenes in the point of life. I think she did well with the sad scenes. She was convincing with the sad scenes in the point of life. Oh, because there was that moment where you saw the tear just dropped from her eyes, like like that was so good. When what scene was that again? One of those things where he had literally just driven her to the wall. She just and a tear just dropped from her eyes. I thought that was excellent. The way it reminded me of that, the way remember when they did Short and Sweet too, right? After she had done Chakara for Dapper until he got tired rather, and she came to return the ring, and that was the first time, right? He went off on her like the boy just went ape s on her, and she just stood there, and the tear just dropped. I'm like, whoop. That it reminded me of that scene. I love that scene a lot in Short and Sweet too. When she just the tear just dropped from her eyes. Just one shout oh that Dapper did for her. When Tolani Barnes during his first season after Nengi rejected him, but they kind of broke up before they left the house. Then he moved to Dora in his second season, All Stars days with Alex, okay? Mary Ann says you okay, you'll be happy yeah. Okay, you'll be happy if he's not Prince. Okay. Now wow, this host, you are claiming with your full chest that she's dating Prince. You go prove and so I said it's my opinion. Do you know the meaning of an opinion? Police said I beg, leave me, I beg. I wish you want to go streams of heaven. Amen. Don't forget they still hooked up after the show. Remember how Tolani Banks ridiculed him at the reunion? Wonder shall never end. He hooked up with Tolani Banks. Prince, your matter they girl no. Your story is long. I hope this was all just reality TV. You know how those things can be scripted sometimes. And it's not true because if you've been dabbling with all of these ladies, your reputation, no. I honestly feel bad for Soso if that is the guy she is flaunting. She will cry blood. Wahala day. Hey, Soso, you the yeah? They say if that's the person you're flaunting, apparently he's a humanizer. Nollywood have actor. Oh, why are my comments? Why do they keep coming back? Prince, Flaman is not Prince. Okay, but you people have some issues. Need brain. Then how can Soso be dating Prince? Yeah, you are saying that Alex and Prince were dating. Yes, Soso and Prince are sisters. Please, do you guys understand the concept of? Do you people know that there are men that have multiple partners at the same time? Like, is that something that is beyond the realm of imagination, Rachel? So you think every single man is faithful, or that men don't have multiple girlfriends at a time? You can Men can literally date two friends and even three friends at a time without them knowing. And I'm not saying that this is what Prince. I'm just saying because to me, you're saying that people's brains have issues because they're telling you reality. So you've never in your life heard that a man will be dating people in the same household and they will not even, all of them, none of them will have a clue. Seriously. Unless you haven't lived long enough. How old are you? And I'm sorry, I'm not asking the question to be condescending or to be rude or anything, but you sound like you haven't lived that long. A man can have date friends, okay, two good friends, even three. Some of them are that good. You understand? And none of them will have a clue that that's what is going on. Yes, that Prince there is. So for you who are close to her, Flusher, tell her to go slow. We'll be here to witness it all. Yes, the veil polish comments. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess you're happy now with the cloud you are gathering. I thought you said you don't need views. What is this Follow talking about? I only have 27 people watching me. I've been on here for 3 hours. What are you talking? Have you ever seen me counting views on this channel? Like seriously? What are you talking about? I have 27 people watching me. Where did the views come from? Is those 25 of you? Is it 20? The number goes up and it comes down. Who is checking views here? Please. Flowerman is not Prince and Flowerman is not Dapper. Okay. Dating so doesn't mean he can't date other ladies. Exactly. People can, I mean, there are people, is that, I mean, men do that all the time. Lots of men. I don't know what these people are talking about. What is wrong with you people? So you people don't know the concept of criticism, critique. What is, please, is there any part of my critique of Bolaji's movie that is meant to discourage people? I don't think so. I just told you that I watched it twice today, and when I end this live stream, I'm going right back into watching it. Okay, but it doesn't mean that certain things couldn't have been done better. That's called feedback. Can you guys please? And I try to be very respectful, honestly, but y'all, please, I hope you people with the mindset you are not taking that to your workplace because in your workplace there's what they call feedback performance review, which is done some people on a quarterly basis, depending on how strict your manager is or your company is, you know, some is a monthly basis, but at least in every company, at least it must be done twice a year or once a year at least, and they give you feedback on how you performed at your job. Unfortunately, like I explained, in their case, we the public are the ones that get to assess their performance. So that's what I just did. And I assessed the performance not only on the part of the actors, and on the part of the actors, I said they did well. I'm critiquing more little things in the story, not even the storyline. The storyline for me, I only felt like they should have at least told us, what triggered his relapse because it's not too clear, you know. But other than that, it's more things like costume. The direction, I think it was excellent. That's feedback. I say so many positive things, and the minute I say one thing that could have maybe, and that's just my opinion anyway, it doesn't mean that others share the same opinion. I'm just like, to me, this would have made more sense. You say it would discover, how will it, if, based on what I just said, more people will even go and watch the movie. I just told you. It's that good. Nothing I said, would make anybody not to watch the movie. That's crazy. You say you don't want that part to be fresh, but a fan was complaining that she didn't like how they made that part ugly. But he's an addict now, Mary Ann. He's an addict. Do you want the Dapper babies to come? Let them come for me now. I beg. Who cares? It's just one film where he doesn't get to wear his jewelry and all of that. They already painted his face. They might as well paint. They might as well have painted his feet, or did something to show the effects of the drug inducement. Farmer may be prince or not, we are just assuming. Me, I'm saying that is my opinion that he's the one. Anybody else can form their own opinion, and the opinion will still be valid, right? Within you are the one. Within you are among those also who, and you gave your reasons, and one of the reasons that, in fact, two of your reasons I agree with. I mentioned them on this live stream as well. And within, I know you're a fan, you're Soso's supporter. I see you, even Dapper, I see that you support them very well. That's really, and I see that you support them a lot within. You and Lefty, you are some good supporters of these two. So imagine that when you say something constructively, now somebody who does not know that you support them will suddenly come at you and now say, oh, we know you support them regardless of what is going on. It is not even worth it trading words with some of you. Please don't trade words with us, please. You can do us the favor and just leave the live stream. Well, tell you all you need to know about me. Why are you here for? Are you one of them, Lynn? Lynn is just a realist, Felicia Day. She's very, she lives in reality. She lives on earth. I'm a sucker for lies and evil agenda. You are a sucker for lies. I think you want to revisit that statement. I think you meant I'm not a sucker for lies and evil agenda. That will make more sense in the context that you're speaking, for Lushadin. The point of life was a banger. Tell me about it. Party Crashers, not so much. I'm with you on that. The last one I haven't watched. Go and watch it. Lynn, go and watch it and support that part. And so. And after you watch it, tell me what you think about it. If Flowerman is Prince, Nyoma, you two, you don't, you don't join Lynn. What do you know about Prince? Prince, your matter did this table today. Oh, God have mercy. I don't think she'll be daft to make that mistake. God have mercy. That's hey God, hey God. Prince, what have you done? You don't have a good reputation in this comment section. Oh my God. You can say that again. Nyoma, where you know Prince? Where you can't take no Prince? Abeg, where did she tell you that? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're saying, Millie. Are you referring to me or someone else? Anyway, in conclusion, someone should talk to Soso because right now we are yet discussing about her, but maybe she doesn't know anything. So someone close to her should have a talk with Lynn. Lynn is not close to her. I don't think any of us here knows her. But some people claim to say that they have personal relationship with her. I don't know. I don't know her personally. I don't know. I've always just liked her from, like I said, Wheels of the Heart did it for me. So, like I will repeat, let her calm down and look. Why are you people confusing so many? It's an opinion. It's an opinion, and it's based on certain patterns. That's all it is. You can agree or disagree. Look at her own post over there, the men in her life. Okay, so she has these three men in her life that are dear to her. Okay. I put up another one that she had with what was the other one? I said a bunch of things. You have to go back to the beginning. I don't want to regurgitate everything that I said, Millie. If you go back to the beginning of the stream, you see some of the reasons that I placed up there. And that's what made me to arrive at that conclusion. If it is the Prince of BBN that is Islam, and then she will see Shege. Oh my God, Nyoma, you just said the same thing that Lynn said. Jesus. You remember the way we kept telling you people about that past account and they were doubting you? Well, Tesla, he was the one managing the account, right or wrong? My dear, they are still doubting me, but it's okay. Yes, Nyoma, she will see Shege. Lynn. God, don't mind it. Sorry. Niger fanatics don't understand the concept of criticism and feedback on work. Now, why companies? Please, favor. The three of you here are just killing me today. You, Lynn, and Mary Ann. Where has Mary Ann gone to? I don't see Mary Ann. She's left. They are fanatics. I see. You see why I don't like that word, because no concept whatsoever of you know objectivism. They everything is just it just flows past their head. Like I don't understand. Everything is just flying past. Like you're talking and it's just getting out the other way. Oh, and then again, I even just took the time to explain their market, right? Because the public is actually their market or their end clients per se. That makes us the people that actually assess their work. You know, it's not even their producers because we assess all of them, including the producers. We are the end consumer, so we get to say what works and what did not work. It might be from a layman's point of view, but at the end of the day, the number of views would reflect that whether we are right or wrong. And you will see that people have tuned out of this whole, especially like the romance genre. A lot of people have tuned out of it, and that's because people will give feedback and the producers are not listening. All they are saying, oh, you are complaining. No, we are giving you feedback. We are telling you this works, this did not work. You're not listening. Now the views are dropping. Then they will not come and be complaining. Oh, nobody is watching that. No, you're not listening. They are giving you feedback. You're not listening because you're saying people are hating. They are this, they are that. They're telling you what works and what doesn't work, what they like and what they don't like. And all you're saying, oh, they're giving they're hating or they're not being objective. You see, you guys should learn to listen to your consumers, please. It's called customer service. So I should explain. Please, I'm never watching that abominable show. There is no way I'm watching that abomination of a show called BB Niger or any other Big Brother show. It's all abomination to me. When you are calling me out now, when we are two fans commenting and liking posts, you don't call me out. What? I don't understand you. Follow. What's going on? We are just gisting. I'm just updating you guys. I'm about to leave. No, 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 no. Favor, never. I will never. No, I'm never watching that show. Never. So Dapa is not. If you want to say he's dating multiple partners, tell us now. These people who are saying those things about what's his name, Prince, they are saying it with evidence, right? From Bibi Niger show. That is what they are going by. They said based on this, that. If you have your own, oh yeah, put it out there now. What's there? If you have information or you have the evidence, say it. Don't just say, oh, because what you're doing, right, Folashade, because you're making it seem like it's we are after so, and that's not even the point, right? That's not the point. So now you want something so badly to be said again. Where were you when I just said that he should not wear his chain and that they should have blackened his leg? Where were you? You did not hear that part. You didn't hear that part when I said that when he's acting some roles, he should not wear those his jewelry. Was that not criticism enough for you? Mm. But they won't listen, Yoma. That's the problem. They think that is all. They don't understand that this is coming from a place of love. I don't think you're following the chat. The young man has tried for her. We pray that Babi receives. Uh, I hope so too, Lynn. If anything, if they don't take anything out of this, they should at least take one thing out of this, right? That and the funny thing is, most of us here talking are people who actually knew her. I can speak for myself and for Lynn because I have gone back and forth with Lynn, right? The first time I was introduced to her or Dapper, believe it or not, right? It's in Short and Sweet one. It's when Short and Sweet two was released in December. So this is the length of time I've known of the existence of these people or even their craft, or I got introduced to their craft. So it's not that long of a time frame. But I came and I still think that anything I say to her is out of a place of love and for her growth, you know. But, you know, it's not, I'm not gaining anything from this, right? I'm not your regular blogger, you know. I do other stuff outside of this. This is just a pastime because, like I said, I found their dynamics interesting. And I say it's just the two of them, their dynamic between the two of them, not their dynamics with other people, just the two of them. So if that thing is no longer there, count me out. You'll not see me commenting on their lives about anything else or with whoever else, right? Some said they know her personally. Yeah, I hope she sees they are watching. I hope she sees this chat because they are watching. Yeah, I'll leave the chat on after this thing. I'm not turning it off. I hope so too. We've been here for so long. My voice is actually cracked right now. I would like to leave. The host doesn't like BBN. Yes, I don't. I know they keep calling us jobless, right? I'm like, seriously? And you know what is funny about that comment, Favor? Do you know what is so funny about whenever someone actually critiques some of these entertainers and then they turn around and say job is this same jobless people they want to go and watch their movies so so when it's time to critique they are jobless but when it's time to go watch movies or support something that they are doing, come for their events or whatever they are endorsing, buy products that they are endorsing because they have ambassadorship deals with these companies. Oh, no, that time they are not jobless. So if they are jobless, which money are they supposed to take and use to buy data and watch the movies? Or with which money are they supposed to use and buy those products that they are endorsing? Please, can somebody explain this to me? That's why I said some of these, sometimes these people get too cocky and you people are the ones that enable it. Those of you here that when they give them criticism, you don't want to take it and relay it back to them, you call it hating. Tomorrow, when they will offend you, they'll come and call you jobless. I hope you know that because you go and put them on a pedestal. Hey, you can like somebody and still say, hey, I think that, yeah, you can adjust, you know. At the end of the day, it's just an opinion. It's a suggestion. They can take it or they can leave it. They are all adults and they are all grown. She'll say that exactly. You call people jobless. The same people who are watching your craft tomorrow when you have a movie and they don't come and watch, you're like, oh, you're not supporting me, da 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 da. No, I don't think entertainers should be saying that at all. It's so offensive when they say that. Or that if the other time somebody said, "What do you do to your haters? How do you deal with your haters?" He said, "I laugh at them because they are broke." Excuse me, or rather, excuse you. So the only reason you think that people may criticize you is because you think they are broke. That is so classist. People who hate on you for different reasons. Don't ever just imagine that somebody and they when and a lot of the times when people use this word hate, it's not necessarily because they hate you. It's because maybe they don't like you because we use the word so loosely. So if somebody says haters, usually I just take it as people who necessarily don't support or who criticize you. Let me just put it that way. So automatically you flip it, and the only reason that can come to mind is because they are broke. Okay, next. I know, Lynn. I know your heartbreak. I know your heartbreak. We've spoken about it at length. Don't mind them. We know where we are coming from. Oh God, Within. I know I'm tired. Within. I mean, she says you're jobless. It doesn't take well to feedback. Mean to be fair. Which show should not exist? BBN favor. Is it BBN favored rather? I think it's a distraction too. Well, I know it's a distraction. Let me put it that way. Yeah, the show is a distraction, and it's also meant to like dumb down on the public, on the populace. Yeah, it's meant to dumb down on the populace, and it also has a spiritual effect, right? This whole fanaticism culture is those kind of shows that fund that, you know. So yeah, on a spiritual level now. Um, Motoni, yeah, I don't know which one you're saying, whether it's the jobless comment or the broke comment, but both of them are true. If that's what you're asking, Motoni, yeah, both of them are true. Julian, my colleagues who introduced me to Noah were not impressed. I have I have to win them back. Well, I don't know if you want to be doing that because how long are you going to be doing that? How long will you do that? What if she says something again tomorrow that they offend them? You're going to do that? At this point, people should not be taken up for anybody, to be honest. Don't mind them, Lynn. Lynn. Ah, Folashade, so he must go to BBN before they know about his ex-girlfriends or current ones. Really? Ha, Follow. Now, wow. So Dapa must first go. So it's only when you go to BBN that they know about your girlfriends and your ex-girlfriends. Is that what you're telling me? Oh, favored. We are on the same wavelength, on the same bandwidth. I don't know. Me and you, so me, you, and Lynn. Lynn. Okay, now I'm done laughing. Okay, guys, let me go. I think I've done well. I I think we should call it a day. Oh my God. I started this thing at 2 and it's 7 p.m. It's 2 minutes, 4 minutes to 7 my time. And I need to grab something. I hate to eat late, but I'm gonna have to eat late tonight because of this. Lynn, I think at this point we should just ignore it's fine. Sometimes I just respond because, um, I think sometimes explaining things helps, you know, but it is what it is. So just let it slide. All right, ladies and any gentlemen that might be watching in the bushes or whatever, I don't know. But thank you for sticking it out with me. Thank you for hearing my opinions or not, or for considering them. The facts are out there. Make of it what you may. But again, as I sign out, j'espère que tout s'arrangera, qu'on parlera à nouveau de en bien. Oui, j'espère aussi, hein, oui, parce que vraiment, moi, ça ne me plaît pas ce qui se passe, mais c'est la réalité. Donc, on doit vivre dans la réalité, n'est-ce pas? C'est ça. I am a gentleman. Who is a gentleman? Okay, gentleman. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call it a day. Study. Gentleman, I'm addressing within. Within spoke to me in French, so I thought, why not? So, as a last call, I just want to appeal that please continue to support them. On obviously, if you love what they are doing, by all means, please continue to support them, whether together or separately. It's your choice, okay? And nothing I said here is me, my own analysis from their social media footprints. Okay, that's what it is. And we only know in part until the two of them actually. No, I will not say anything until the two of them actually really tell us, the full story, if they ever will. Until then, whatever they put out on social media, it is open to interpretation, and we are all gonna interpret it in different ways. This is the way I interpreted it. All right. So yeah, that is that. I wish you all a very good night. Thank you. I know most of you is probably very, very late and you have to be at work tomorrow. So thank you once again. I really appreciate it. And maybe we'll do this again sometime. I don't know. But yeah. Thank you all so very much. Have a good night and a good morning. Bonsoir, Wivin. Bon matin. Je sais pas où tu es, mais oui. Bonne nuit, bon matin et bonne semaine. C'est ça. Have a happy week, everybody. Bye.